Straight from the bottom. I don't know half of my story. Yeah. Round apple. I know you cannot relate. This money be all on my face. These bitches be all on my lap. I used to be in the trap, sneaking out on my sleep. She texting me like, where you at? I was fighting a lot of pain. Now I'm in the back of the back. I know you cannot relate. This money be all on my face. These bitches be all on my lap. I used to be in the trap, sneaking out on my sleep. She texting me like, where you at? I was fighting a lot of pain. Now I'm in the back of the back. I really be down in the trenches. Fiends fall asleep by the benches. Scared, go get a weapon. Bullets will stop all the flexing. I ain't really with the dancing. See a man for romancing. Party bus to the Hamptons. All the fun, get your ass kicked. Get a gun and get raw. Gotta work with no jaw. 5 deep in that car. Riding out, but we them all. Shirt off with my chains on. Color stone like I'm Thanos. In the field like I play golf. Throwing shots, but you way off. I know you cannot relate. This money be all on my face. These bitches be all on my lap. I used to be in the trap, sneaking out on my sleep. She texting me like, where you at? I was fighting a lot of pain. Now I'm in the back of the back. I know you cannot relate. This money be all on my face. These bitches be all on my lap. I used to be in the trap, sneaking out on my sleep. She texting me like, where you at? I was fighting a lot of pain. Now I'm in the back of the back. Stuff the weed inside a backwood. Chop cheese, yeah, I'm that hood. Niggas know that I'm that good. Still grinding when they ain't look. Stay your ass off Facebook. If we like it, get your chain took. Shorty in the kitchen, probably bitch cause you hungry. She know that I ain't cooked. Off the henny, I got mood swings. Get tired like shoestrings. Pulled up in a new thing. Same car as Bruce Wayne. Scoop downs like loose chains. Move on to new things. Guitar, I pull strings. Fast car in 2 lanes. I know you cannot relate. This money be all on my face. These bitches be all on my lap. I used to be in the trap, sneaking out on my sleep. She texting me like, where you at? I was fighting a lot of pain. Now I'm in the back of the back. I know you cannot relate. This money be all on my face. These bitches be all on my lap. I used to be in the trap, sneaking out on my sleep. She texting me like, where you at? I was fighting a lot of pain. Now I'm in the back of the back.
Welcome to dinner at the Roundtable Podcast with DJ John Tovar, Nelly Nell, Chris Ryder, and Bodega the DJ on the ones and twos. Your source to knowledge. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram at Dinner at the Roundtable.
GG, I am DJ Don Tavour. Listen, I am DJ Don Tavour, Nelly Nell, Chris Ryder. You know what I'm saying? Chris Ryder, you know what I mean? Back, you know what I mean? In the building. You know what I'm saying? We got a special guest. Let you know.
What's Gucci? What's Gucci? You already know. Let you know in the building, man. Generated Music Group chilling. You know what I'm saying? Chilling with Chris Ryder, JT. We back in the building from East Harlem, baby.
I'm back from my little hiatus, though, man.
Yeah, man. What's up, man? Chris Ryder's back, great boy.
Back, man. You know, I'm back like I never left. That's gonna be my new intro.
Yeah.
Chris Ryder back like I never left. You know.
Back like you never left, bro. Back like a
But
big
it's okay,
slice of fucking
you know.
meat.
I know you want to get to your boy, but I just want to say that ridiculous freaking sweater you got on is pissing me off. But go ahead, introduce your boy.
Yeah, man. But you already know this is Dinner at the Roundtable Podcast, man. We here live today, you know what I'm saying? With Tune 100 straight out of Queensbridge, man. You already know, man. Music artist. Tune 100 straight out of Queensbridge again, man.
You know what it is.
Riding Apple Productions in the fucking building, man.
Queensbridge. Queensbridge.
Appreciate the love.
Listen, man, you come from a legendary projects and some legendary rappers, man. Listen, ain't no projects in NYC can match Queensbridge, bro.
So, yeah, they got
When you got Nas, Mobb Deep.
You feel me? The list is long. We got even some NBA players, man. Shout out to
Quick question though. Who had the best verse from Band from TV? Nature, Pun, Noriega, Jadakiss, and Style P.
I care for. I like Noriega's verse on that.
Yeah, yeah.
Nori, man.
Yeah.
I fuck
But
with
he
Nori.
honorary
Like,
Queensbridge,
you know what?
though,
That's
ain't
what I'm
he?
saying. Like,
And he honorary
yeah,
Queensbridge,
you know,
though?
you got CNN,
Nah.
him
Nori's
and
left
Capone.
right.
Yeah,
No,
but that's what I'm
but
saying.
you know, this like because
Queens though.
Yeah,
yeah,
love,
but
yeah,
you know,
love
because
in the
if you
parade.
know, like Left Rack had beef with
Exactly.
Queensbridge and vice
And he
versa,
did
but
his shit.
you know, from Noriega and
But I
Mobb
mean,
Deep getting
yeah,
cool,
shit, yeah.
that all that stuff went out the window. So
Yeah.
he even said it on his podcast, he was like, hey, dudes from Queensbridge is
Yeah, no,
honorary
yeah.
Left Rack is honorary Queensbridge.
You
Shout out to
gotta-
Nori and Drink Champs though.
honestly,
You gotta love Nori. You gotta
Yeah.
love Nori.
That
man.
was the first record that actually said, you know what? Pun got outburst with Nature.
Yeah, Nature.
I think Nature
had the best
body
verse for me.
that
Nature had the
whole
best-
record though.
I
really
get
did.
pussy with my father's feature.
That's what I was gonna say. Like that line
Yeah,
right there killed
that was
everybody.
the first record. You know what?
That line
Pun
killed
got
everybody.
okay. He got outnumbered, right? Like, he
Yo,
really
just for
did.
him saying I get pussy with my father's feature.
That was the
Puff
L line.
heavily.
L line.
6 feet, weigh $170.
Yeah,
Come
that's
on,
crazy.
bro.
That's crazy.
Nah,
Niggas telling you his fucking dimensions.
That first go there, man. That
Yeah,
whole
yeah,
song,
yeah.
everybody did.
You
their
went
thing.
in,
You
man.
gotta have your favorites.
But
on
I
that
think,
one.
Yeah,
but
man,
I mean,
but-
we all get pussy with our
Yeah,
father's
yeah.
features. Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's be
yeah,
real.
yeah.
Let's be
But
real.
That's
some people look like their moms, nigga.
That's true, right?
Like, you
Like
look-
me.
You like
I
your
mean,
moms and your dad, Jay. You know what I'm saying? But
Real
you
talk,
already
real
know,
talk,
man.
real talk.
Unfortunately for me, that ain't the case.
You look like the Red Fox. You like your dad, bro.
Yeah, I look like
Oh,
Red
that's
Fox,
Red
but we're gonna talk about that
Let's
that
get
sweater you
All
should
right,
burn.
man, so let's get
Because
back
if
to-
anybody knows me,
Get to it. Get
So-
to
if
it.
anybody knows me, they know what Nelly Nell's sweater represents.
New York Yankees, the best
Fuck
team ever
the
that
Yank,
existed
fuck
in the
them. I'm a
history of
hater.
sports.
Queens,
100%.
man.
But you already know, man. We got the building
Can't do that, man. Come on.
2-100.
You see after that?
2-100 from the infamous Queensbridge housing projects.
Yes, yes,
You know what I'm
sir.
saying? New York City.
Hold on. How many
From the
buildings?
rich history
A lot.
of the legendary.
I can tell you.
I was just reading his bio. You guys interrupted, but it's cool.
Sorry.
So from the legendary neighborhood where MCs like Mobb Deep, Nas, MC Sham were raised in.
Yes, sir.
You know, he had a few hits right now going on. Can I Relate and New York Nights on his own record label called Riot and Apple Productions,
Gotcha.
founded by him and his childhood friends. You know what I'm saying? 200 combines his rhythm and flow with new contemporary hip hop and trap, a mix of the old school and the new school together. I can definitely attest to that. I listen to your music, bro. Shit is fire. I like the way that you rhyme on it. You know what I'm saying? So welcome on the show, man. You know what I'm saying? Part of my new co-host. So wouldn't even let me fucking read a bio, man.
I love
Yo,
this
fuck you
atmosphere.
pieces of shit.
I love this atmosphere, man.
Listen,
I haven't listened.
Soon.
Listen. I'm into hip hop though, man.
Yeah,
Honestly
yeah.
though, man. And all, like, I'm really like, yo. One quick question. Like, I mean, with KRS One, how you felt about that record though? The South Bronx.
I mean,
It's just like
that's like man.
yeah.
Super.
So when I first caught wind of that, because obviously you know I'm a little bit younger than that record.
Oh, yeah,
But
yeah.
when I paid attention to it and like I started hearing things like you know, Queens wasn't getting the respect we deserve and like niggas was shitting on us. I was a little upset about that. But the record was so hard that people from Queens was like,
about to, right?
we gotta ride to this shit. So
But how could you not take Queens? Yo, you got more housing projects than like the
that's
whole
the
East
thing.
Harlem.
Yeah,
Like,
we got 96 buildings,
96
6 blocks.
that's
it's a
more-
community.
That's
a whole
more.
community.
That's
yeah.
more built. I've heard so many stories about Queensbridge. It's like even they beef. Even blocks beef with each other. Supposedly,
Yeah.
Right?
So that's
that's how because that's how many like.
Yeah, so
but like
lately
somebody.
that has changed. Lately,
But
that
if like somebody come from outside and invade, it's over.
yeah, that,
the
you
whole
start getting on
QB,
some you start getting
you
on
get
some war
flooded
shit.
from 96 buildings.
Yeah. And mind you, I think it's 6 floors, five apartments on each floor. So what is that? That's like 30 apartments in one building. Times that by 96.
Listen,
You feel me?
96
You feel me?
buildings. That's probably more than like all the
lot of
hoods in East
hooligans.
Harlem.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot
Because
of
like some hoods got like six, 7 buildings each hood.
yeah, type shit. Yeah. The only
man.
thing is that I always was confused about Queensbridge being the biggest hood. That like a lot of projects out here, they like 20 floors and shit.
Yeah.
And Queensbridge, that shit is so small. It's only 6 floors. So I always figured that people have more.
Oh,
people.
okay,
Because my P's is
Got you.
19
The
floors.
PJs
Yeah,
here
you
are
see what I'm
taller.
saying?
We got
They hold more people
9
than
buildings.
people.
Yeah, right.
We got 9 buildings, 19 floors. each
See,
floor.
that's what I'm saying. Like you kind of make up with the numbers a little bit.
Got you, okay.
'Cause we have less floors.
But you know, if you from New York and you ever took the train,
Right.
when you coming down the freaking Queensboro Bridge, QBPs is like a whole. You see that shit is like
it's a whole different.
It's like a whole
zip code. They had a whole zip code.
Only real New Yorkers who ever rolled the N or the R know
that's right.
how that shit is. Though.
It's a big chunk of
That's crazy, though, man.
Sure.
I take a lot of pride.
You know, man, the Net Around Hill podcast, we got
Yes,
current
sir.
news going on, man. You know what I'm saying? So the first local news we got going on is the ban on plastic bags is officially on today.
March 1st, yes. March 1st, yes.
So it's on. It started already. Actually, was I can attest to that. They charged me 5 cents for a fucking drop in the bag.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's crazy,
And
right?
I went to the supermarket and they charged me $1 for the reusable ones, which is actually pretty nice. It was pretty nice. It was pretty,
One of the good ones, right?
I was pretty into the texture of it. Like,
Yo, think about for a second. The Latin culture is dead now. Because if you've ever been to a Latin household, if you ever look underneath the cabinets, you got a whole 2-3 garbage bags full.
That's what I use.
As you say that right now, just do it right now, right?
Your mom,
the whole camera right now is full of.
your mom's is probably like
Latino community does that.
Yeah.
I support like that, you know, from the hood, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, you know,
so we hold
100%.
My whole point in that whole plastic bag ban is like, yo, you banning plastic bags, but yet, you know, I saw online somebody say your sandwiches gets put in plastic containers. You know, you buying like cold cuts put in plastic bags. You know, it's like
True that.
You're
That's
still,
right.
you know, and
It's still the same.
it's still the same.
Yeah, you're right about that.
You know, so
That's true.
to me, it don't make no sense to ban plastic bags. If you got plastic containers, it's the same shit.
You know what it was?
Gotcha.
I bet you I know what happened.
What
A
happened?
stupid white guy was walking down the block.
Oh my God!
In the middle of the fucking wind in the winter, and a fucking plastic bag slapped his face.
Oh
So
my
fucking
God.
hard, like, what the fuck is going on? We need to ban plastic bags.
Nah,
guys.
I think
We
it's
went to a
because
fucking
he saw that ugly ass sweater you
right.
got on. That's why.
Oh my God! Shots fired!
Here's the-
Shots
here's the
fired!
corniest joke. The most corniest
Tune.
joke.
How could
Do me a favor. If
How
you're
could you
not-
sit here from
Listen, do me a
Queens
favor. If
and
you're
look
not-
at that
Listen,
ridiculous
do me
ass
a
fucking
favor.
sweater he got on?
If you're gonna drop jokes,
Shots!
if you don't make sure they're funny, don't be a fucking cornball on the show, bro. That shit was mad corny. Jesus Christ, bro.
Why you salty for? Why you so salty?
That's what sounds like mad corny. Why would a plastic bag be the
They got a
Yankees
Yankee
fault?
hoodie on.
Shut to
Let's be
that.
creative, nigga.
I know. Oh my God! Listen,
I know. He hasn't been in the show 3 weeks, so he has
You're
to get
saltine cracker right now.
That was
Look
a
at
good.
you.
That was a good
He was
warm-up.
sobbing under the. Oh, that shit was corny, man. Come on, man.
Who laughed? You see
Oh
anybody
man,
laughing?
you
I
got
don't care.
It was
Oh
funny.
man, listen, man.
I'm a hater.
It's a good,
Listen,
it's a good
if it's
warm-up.
corny
It's a good
or
warm-up.
not.
Yo,
Let's see what else you got.
That's
for the
just
rest of the
Corny or not.
fucking killer.
I'm a hater.
Motherfucker.
Fucking
Anyway.
baseball season is on
you got
point.
too much right now, man.
He's a butcher
Listen,
by trade,
yo,
so you don't see a lot of meat.
I'm
waiting for that. I was waiting
I'm a
for that
butcher
right
that Yankee sweater in a
Full
minute.
force.
yo,
I got my knives in the car, you heard?
I'm telling you, man. That Mets.
yo, he said like, yo,
Robert Mets,
man,
man.
confident shit, like, yo.
Nah, I ain't got my knives in the car.
Oh yeah,
This is heavy.
not this time, man.
I did pull it out on him one time. though.
One time, you had to do it. You had to do it to him.
I'm glad that Chris Ryder's back though. He's my brother. You know, I love him to
Absolutely,
death.
absolutely, 100%, man.
He's my sparring
You know what?
partner. You know,
One
when
clap
it's
right
only me
there.
and
One clap for
JT.
Chris Ryder right now.
When me and JT is like too intellectual sometimes. So, you know, we gotta get it. You know, me and him get it in.
Pass it out, right? Pass it out.
It catches a lot of guests off guard because they think we serious when we
Yeah,
and sometimes we go in. We be like, yo,
Yeah,
nah, I ain't right,
absolutely.
motherfucker. Fuck that.
Is that how we
I
No,
love-
real
I
talk,
love
real
this-
talk,
I
yo,
love
you
this
right
shit.
about
Me and my boys is the same way,
Yeah,
so I love that
telling
shit.
you,
That whole
listen.
you gotta have that little friendly, you know,
Yeah.
shit talking. You gotta do
That
it.
friendly
man.
sparring, right? I mean,
Yeah,
Me
you
and him
gotta
had
do
two
it,
two boxes in the ring all the time, bro. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
absolutely, yeah. No doubt, yeah, right. I mean, current race though. What's going on though? What else?
Oh, it's gonna drop tonight.
Nah,
Just
listen,
turn around.
I'm uncoordinated today, so
Yeah.
my drink is away from everything.
that.
Oh, right.
Cause I ain't trying to
Maybe
fuck
I
up
should-
nothing.
Oh man,
You gonna hear
no,
it?
so-
Right, talk.
Yeah, maybe I should move mine.
All right, so current news. Let's continue current news. So, current news: the United States government finally is going to sit down and sign a peace treaty with the Taliban after 18 years of going back and forth.
I don't believe that shit.
Yes,
I don't believe that shit. I don't believe that
They're
shit,
trying
man.
to set peace with them because they're tired of the backlash and all the things.
That's
I mean,
crazy,
I'm sure
bro.
the United States government has a second
Yeah.
agenda to the whole situation.
Absolutely, yeah,
They're
but
trying to trick the Arabs. Don't trick the Arabs, man. Them niggas is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I bet you
I won't-
the
you know what?
Arabs, the Taliban are like, Shukran, do you want to make business for me?
Nah.
Meet me in the
You
desert.
know what? No,
Nah.
honestly,
They're
I
like,
guarantee
they're like, meet me in the desert when the sun is headed to the west.
oh my God,
US
you
just
too
got
much
tired
right
of,
now.
like-
Yeah,
This guy's too
It's
much.
like no matter how many motherfuckers we kill, they
But-
still just keep coming. Like that
But,
shit, that death toll don't mean none of them.
yeah.
Nah,
It doesn't.
don't.
And
it
you know,
doesn't.
it's like
you
a
know,
culture. It's a culture.
It's
thing
like
a lot of
what
times.
no you know, we're gonna try and bankrupt you as much as we can. I don't give a fuck how many
Right.
people you kill.
Yeah.
We're gonna make you spend all this money.
Yeah.
And you know and that's what happened with the Vietnamese in Vietnam was that you know no matter how many of them you killed, they knew the American people wasn't gonna be for the war.
I mean, yeah.
So
yeah,
they were like,
That's true.
you know, once the
true.
death toll reached a certain amount, because I think it was like for every one U.S. soldier that died, 30, 40, 50 of them died. They didn't care,
Yeah.
but that one person meant a lot to an American.
Exactly.
So that's why they let's make
That's true,
them.
though. You're right about that.
Let's
That's
see
true.
if they're gonna be in there for the long haul. And that's the same with the Taliban. Like they're like,
they're not
yo,
playing. Yeah, they're not
we
playing.
don't care how many of us you kill. We still gonna make you in here for the long haul. And
Nah, that's
then
a
that's
fact.
what it is.
You know, they have a lot of sleeper cells. You know what I mean? Like it's very
know,
hard to keep up with them. You even have Americans who have Arabic descent or Muslim
I mean, all of us
descent.
are all
Muslim
mixed though.
descent.
We all mixed though. I mean,
Yes,
Think about it like that.
Yes,
Yeah,
you have Americans that have Arab descent and Muslim descent who can be working undercover to be a Taliban, and you never know they can be
Yes.
a sleeper cell, like just waiting to blow shit up. And this is the reason why they're making a deal. They're tired of the violence. They're trying to make peace with them. Because in actuality, if you look into the history of why the Taliban were even created, it was to go against American
US though. US
forces.
created that, yeah.
Because America, the United States of America, not America, because America's a big South and West situation. I mean, North and
Two
North and
continents,
South, two continents. But the United States in particular, they were tired of the abuse. The United States went over there, did a lot of harm to their people, and this was their retaliation to it. You know what I mean? They created a secret society to get back at them. You know what I mean?
Right. You know what? I mean, when it comes to like the religion though, like I mean, Muslims though, they really about peace.
Yeah.
They were about peace though, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, unfortunately, I mean, it comes with people that actually distort that religion belief though.
Yeah.
And I mean, with Taliban, you said earlier, right? I mean, like it's crazy though. I mean, honestly, I mean, it's just like it's messed up though. It's messed up because I mean, that belief system is about promoting belief, like far as like I mean being peaceful.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's unfortunate that I mean people they go to to ultimate extreme though, to the extreme though, and they go crazy, man.
I mean, if you're part of a village and it has 200 people in it, and you see them get murdered and slaughtered by a country that doesn't even belong there, and you survive it, you're gonna create a
Turn into a
society
monster.
to try to get back at it. That's basically what happened with the Taliban.
I'm gonna say
they were
something.
tired of that shit,
Go ahead.
and they just,
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
yeah, it's okay.
It's okay. Yeah, for now, right?
I'm gonna interrupt the left to right here. I'm gonna have to fucking like.
No.
I'll butcher you right now.
I'm
Later
gonna have to
on.
call. The butcher's here already. I'm sorry. I was gonna call him. He's here already.
Good.
No, I'm gonna say something that might sound crazy, but I just, I'm a history buff. I looked at the history. I just don't think the Crusade and the Holy Crusade never left, never died.
Yeah, that's
It
part
never
of the
ended.
Holy Crusades. All that shit.
It
the
never
United
ended. That
States
shit
did.
never ended between the Christians
Great
and the
point.
Muslims. That shit.
Great
that
point.
Shit
Yeah,
never
remember,
Right
the
about
United
that.
States is Protestant descent.
Yeah.
Protestant, so they definitely push the envelope. That church and state is not together. That's bullshit. They do push the envelope.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, so the
Yeah,
Crusades,
100%.
that shit never ended. That shit is a war that's still
It's
going.
gonna be forever.
Yeah,
If
that
I-
shit is,
I think so.
and that shit is just the way it is. It's a
Yeah,
crusade.
that's it.
You,
You, said,
you look like
the way
a
it is.
crusader right now with your
Unfortunately.
fucking Christian
Bet
beard.
You do look like a
man.
fucking crusade.
You're like a fucking disciple.
What are you
This guy.
talking about?
1 to 12.
He might be Judas. He might stab you later with a
Oh, my
fucking knife.
Oh man,
Yo, I'm ready for that right now. Yo,
too.
it looks like you got.
yo, Chris, you gave the meat face right now, like yo.
Yeah, it's funny
Let me ask
because
you something,
Yeah,
too.
you know,
up,
in
man?
the Last Supper,
Let me ask you
in
something.
the Last Supper, they were
I'm gonna let him go.
they were
Let
like
me ask you
at
something.
Yeah, don't
at
do
the
that.
Last Supper they were having dinner, so we're having dinner at the Round Table Podcast, right? He might be Judas, Judas. He
Yeah,
might
yeah.
stab you later. This is a dinner right here.
Nah, shit, yo. It is a dinner.
Crazy. And it's funny that he's
Too much
actually
right now,
So let
man.
me
You
ask
guys
you a
go.
question.
What's up, man?
he's a butcher, so he carries knives.
you
He's gonna be
know-
easy for him to
Listen,
murder
No,
these
he
guys.
does though. He does
But
though.
listen,
Yeah, he does.
nah,
he does.
I actually I just had it on me that day because I was on. I was going on leave.
He's a liar.
So my knives are very expensive.
Yo, you guys are too much.
yeah.
I mean, I had like at least a good $150 of my money that I spent.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want
Hold on,
to
you-
fucking my own shit.
You bought the knives though? That was on
Over
your
time,
pockets?
those are my knives.
Yeah,
That's
you got
my
it.
Oh
You
shit!
invest.
Yeah.
Okay.
See.
I
You
know
know,
that.
when you journeyed as long as I have, your knife is,
I could
you know,
imagine.
you could only use yours.
That's
Yeah,
crazy
I could
though.
imagine.
But-
Like the chefs take their.
But I don't
Yeah,
carry it.
yeah.
I don't carry it with me all the time. I just carry it when I'm going on vacation. Like if I'm not gonna be there for a long time,
Yeah,
then those stay with me.
Nah, I feel you.
But
I
if
wouldn't
I'm
leave
off
that
for a
around.
day, that's
Yeah, I
but-
wouldn't leave that around. Yeah.
Let me ask you something too.
What's up?
If you got a motherfucker that could cut you into little pieces,
Oh my God.
why would you fuck with that?
I wouldn't. They'll be on my team.
But
Guys,
but no,
they'll be on my
I
team.
don't understand that.
They'll be on my team. Man.
Listen, they'll find out in Florida,
Listen,
Yeah,
man.
that's,
in California.
I'd rather-
They'll
my
find
God.
him in
Yo,
DR.
y'all got
I'll be a
too much
martyr,
of that.
bro. A
You know what
martyr.
I'm saying?
Ah,
They
man.
fucking
Clean.
caught the killer.
I ain't trying to get cut
And you
up,
ain't
man.
never gonna know.
Yeah.
You know how many
He
times
wanna
he's
fuck
threatened
with
me
me.
on live
That's
air?
a closed casket.
He's threatened me on live air so
Hey.
many times that now I'll be a martyr if they take this nigga down, law enforcement. I fucking sacrifice myself.
man.
Nigga
Next week,
catch the
the next
fucking
week is only gonna be Jay going, cheer, cheer.
the East Harlem fucking serial killer.
This is dinner at the round table. Unfortunately, I don't know where the fuck Nelly Nell is.
Oh shit!
Chris
yo.
Ryder's on the run. What the
Yeah.
fuck happened?
You guys are too much right now, man.
Yeah, man.
Oh man, but listen, the main
Curry
topic
news.
though, meditation, right? But
He's still on Curry News, JT.
yeah.
Just letting you know, we haven't gone on break yet.
Baseball season is in full effect.
Let's get
Me
it.
in
Spring
spring
training.
training.
Oh
Let's
yeah.
get
You
it.
know,
There you go, the
Yeah,
Yankees.
lot of
Come on,
sports.
bring him on, brother.
I love the
fuck
sports.
them. You know, the Yankees.
The Yankees.
You know, the Yankees. You know, Yankee
I
fans.
love baseball,
You know.
basketball, all of that.
You play it though. You play it
Nah,
though.
a little bit, but not like nothing competitive. You
Oh,
know, just
gotcha,
like
gotcha.
some, you know,
Yankee fans. You know,
White
oh my
shit,
God.
shit.
We got Garrett Cole. We're going to the World Series. The Astros cheated. We got a definite chance.
Astros.
You got mad
Luis
money, though.
Severino. Tommy
Astros,
John.
Astros, they cheat.
What was the other guy that broke his back and now he's like gone for a while? That's two of your starters. Two of your big time.
What you gonna do?
What you gonna do, Pop?
We acquired Cole, though.
That's what I'm saying. You over here talking, oh, we got Derek Cole. We gonna go to the World
How
Series.
much they paid him? How much they paid him? How much they paid him?
They pay him. They pay him half the franchise to come to the Yankees.
How about
Get
Carlos
out of here,
Beltran,
really?
though?
How much?
That's what I should have played. Some baseball.
Like I think it's 3. No, he got like 2.
Yo, how about
2
the
something?
Mets, right? Yo, the
Get outta
Mets.
here.
Listen, the Mets hired Carlos Beltran.
Oh yeah,
Said
Said
right?
correctly, Carlos
Beltran.
Beltran.
So
That
they
is what-
hired
the
him.
Mets. He played on the Mets, right?
Yo,
Earlier.
check this
He was
out.
involved in the-
Listen, they hired him
As what?
and
Like
the manager, right, for the team, the new coach.
Yeah.
And his fucking niece rats him out on live TV and shit. She went to the newscasters.
It was his niece.
Yeah, it was his niece. She's like, sorry, Uncle Carlos, I have to say that you were the one who started the Houston Astros.
Because it was
He
Fears that
involved with
whole
the
that
Houston
started that did
Astros
the whole
scandal.
shit.
So he was like one of the.
He was the implementer.
He was one of the he was one of the ones that initiated that whole thing. He was
Get
like,
outta here, really?
Yeah,
He started
yeah,
it,
yeah.
Get out.
He came up with the plan. for everything.
Yo, that's crazy.
So
Like he came
Wow.
up with the
motherfucker got hired, and a week later he gets fired.
plan. Nah, that wasn't a week later. But
We
what
got 2 weeks.
what they
Two week
what
notice
they
and
did,
shit.
what they did was
Yeah,
is that
yeah,
they
yeah.
had a center field camera zoom in on the catcher, and then they would study his signals.
Yeah, but they had multiple ways of
But
seeing
and
signs.
then what it was that
It was only
when,
into the- it
when-
was only
once
that.
you know fastball they do. So then when they saw that it was a fastball coming, they would relay to the bench and say if it's a fastball that they would bang on the trash can.
Oh,
That's if a fastball. If it wasn't a
got you.
fastball,
Okay.
they wouldn't bang on the trash can. And so there's a game against Marcus. Actually, the clip that set it off was against
Wow.
Marcus Stroman, who was in Toronto.
That's crazy.
And so you actually hear the banging of the trash can when he threw a fastball.
That's
Wow.
crazy.
And in that game, he was like, "Yo, but why they like he was pitching good?" And they're like, "Yo, but why is they sitting on everything?"
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
they had
crazy.
multiple ways of doing
Yeah.
it. They had a train worker, right, flash lights
Yeah.
from on top of the train station.
What?
Two.
Oh, okay,
And
yeah.
let them know like what's coming.
oversee
you know?
that, yeah.
yeah,
That's crazy.
They had the loudspeaker in the stadium play certain music to let them know.
So
or
the whole
certain
organization-
sound effects, yeah,
the whole
certain sound
organization
effects.
Wow,
is all
that's
in.
You know,
crazy.
if you know
Yeah.
anything
Damn.
about pitching,
Yeah.
what makes great pitchers is not that they can throw 97, 98 miles an hour. That doesn't mean
They're
anything.
discreet. You don't know what they're gonna
But
throw.
it's their breaking pitches that really.
How they pitch it though?
But
Right
it's
about
the
that.
way,
Yeah, yeah.
it's the movement of the balls. Because there's sometimes like a ball could come out going straight, and then it just drops at the
Drops,
last
yeah. But
minute.
listen.
So if you don't know that ball's gonna drop,
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
so that's what it's the movement of your pitches.
But yo, it takes mad talent though. I mean, honestly, like to
Well,
actually
yeah,
hit a
because-
ball, they're going
That's crazy.
100 miles per hour.
but if you
that's
know,
just crazy.
but
Like
if
yo,
you know that-
I can't do that shit.
I couldn't even see it. I couldn't even see it.
right?
you gotta remember with these professional players, if they know that ball's coming at 100 miles an hour and it's just
Yeah.
gonna be a fastball, that's
They just-
easy.
yeah, they gonna send
They
it
can
out.
hit. They'll clip that any time because they train to hit that.
Yeah.
But if you think about it, like 100 miles an hour fastball, when the pitch is up here,
Right.
soon as he drops that hand, you gotta be swinging.
Right.
Because if you ain't, but
exactly.
but if you know that's a fastball, as soon as his arm goes up, you swinging, you
kind
hitting that.
of what you would call it, telegraphing, right?
Yeah,
telegraphing.
But if that pitcher can throw an
Absolutely,
89 mile an hour slider, then
That's
that makes it
difficult.
more difficult because
yo,
now
that's difficult.
you got to make a decision in
Yes,
your head
yes,
that I got to
that's-
swing no matter
yeah,
what.
moving.
And if
Yo,
that thing is a
that takes
slider,
skills though. That takes skills
yeah,
though, man.
and that,
to do
yo,
that.
and if that thing is a slider,
Yeah.
you that's it's over.
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
done.
that's true.
Because you're ahead of that slider.
You know what? Pitchers, honestly, gotta get more credit though, because yo, it's a
That's why
hard
baseball's
task.
the greatest sport ever because it's a thinking
really?
man's game. It's a thinking man's game. It's a
Yeah,
game. It's a literal game of chess. It's a
I mean, with
thinking
pitchers
man's
though,
game.
pitchers though. I mean, yo, it's a really difficult task though, man. I mean, honestly though, man, it's
But
difficult.
it's just telltale
to throw
signs.
100 miles per hour though.
It's
How can
it's
you do
telltale
that?
signs,
That's
bro.
crazy.
Dude, it's so crazy.
That's just crazy.
The deciphering of baseball. It's like, yo,
Yeah.
like some pitches, like if their arm slots in the same position and they're throwing a fastball and a
Yeah.
slider, you ain't hitting them, bro. But there's some pitches that their arm slots change. So they start tipping
Right,
pitches,
right. That's
or
true.
they start doing stuff
That's
where
true,
they're
though. You're
giving
right
it
about
away.
that. You're right about that. It's true. 100%.
So it's
Yeah.
just it's just crazy
Yeah,
how
it is.
thinking, and you have to be really smart to play baseball,
baseball.
because if even the best hitters fail 65
Well,
to
mentally
70%
and
of the
physically,
time.
right? Because I mean, honestly, you have to have that arm,
That's
right?
crazy.
That arm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you know what's crazy about it? I mean, who would have think like a human being could actually pitch 100 miles per hour? Like,
How
yo,
could you?
that's crazy. Like, I mean, like, how can you do that?
It's all control too. You
know
don't
what I'm saying?
have
Like,
to
it
have like Mike Messina, one of the
Yeah.
best pitchers to ever play the game. He threw his last season. He threw 20 games, throwing 83 mile an hour fastball.
Wow.
But his location was crazy.
Oh,
he had
location.
such control, and you should know, motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know,
Anyway,
he
yeah,
had
so-
control. Bro.
So, yeah,
But
yeah.
back to current news.
I can tell you, I could talk about baseball all day.
Oh, I can
So-
see that.
So back to current news. So you know about the new coronavirus, right? It's been a big, it's an epidemic
Yo,
going on
man,
in
it's
the
crazy,
world.
right?
Blah blah
Everybody's
blah
wearing
blah
masks.
blah blah. Right. So Americans, we're like the the superpower of the world,
Stupid.
right? So
Stupid.
we're so fucking scared of
Oh
buying
my
coronas,
God, man. They're about to
buying
podcast.
coronas or
Oh, yeah.
coronas
I sent you that.
here due
I
to the
sent you that.
coronavirus outbreak.
Yeah.
So
Did
these
not drink a Corona.
fucking Americans, man, we're kind of fucking
Hold on.
stupid. As
So,
fuck.
Corona actually.
So Americans are afraid to buy Coronas because they
Corona-
think that the coronavirus.
I sent you that
comes from the
article.
beer.
I sent you that article
did?
in the
You did?
group chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Oh,
sent you that
I
article.
read it.
It was in the Daily News.
Get out of
Shit,
here.
man,
Yeah.
we'll
That's
fucking
crazy.
buy Coronas.
We can't buy
We'll buy
Coronas.
Coronas
Yo, I
because fucking.
I saw an image where they had actually the Budweiser, the
yeah, seen
the
it.
Coors Lights, and they had the
Idiots.
face mask.
Yeah,
Idiots.
I seen that shit. That shit was
Idiots, bro.
fucking
Idiots.
Well, the Corona with no face mask.
But-
I'm like, yo, it's crazy.
Speaking of the
Yeah.
coronavirus, the governor
Yeah,
of
go ahead.
Washington issued a state warning because one person died. One.
One, okay.
Yeah, but he probably has like 200 fucking ODs
Yeah, yeah.
in one day.
Yeah.
But you're gonna
Since
you're gonna put a
ODs.
state of emergency for one person dying, but you probably got like 300 people dying.
Hey,
from
no,
it.
honestly though, I feel like it's an agenda behind that though, man. It's an agenda. I mean, when they
The
push that so
coronavirus-
hard,
listen.
something's going on right
The
now.
coronavirus
There you go.
has existed for a while. It's just been over
Yeah.
broadcasting. It's been around for a while. It's not
Yeah,
a,
yeah.
It's like
it's just
the
a
flu.
crazy, super intense fever. There's not a regular cold. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. The Lysol and all those germ anti-germ.
Lysol.
Listen, all those anti-germ products already had coronavirus.
Yeah, like
in
the-
their
I know what
in their
you're talking about. I seen
ingredients
that
like,
too.
to get rid of it. It's been around for a long time, but it's just waiting. It's getting hype right now. They're doing something that's distracting.
It's like the swine flu. Remember the swine flu?
It's an agenda, yo, man. It's an agenda, man. I mean,
people are buying masks. Like, and that shit is not gonna protect you.
Yeah.
Like those masks are only like those masks that you, those paper masks that you see in CVS. That shit don't protect you.
Yeah.
You gotta get the ones that are like super tight.
Talking about the swine flu. You know, you should be fortunate you never caught it when you was cutting all those fucking pigs.
Oh my god! I was ready for that right now. Great segue.
You were closely with them, bro. You could have caught it, honestly.
Great segue.
You right there in front of, mad fucking pork.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get a piece of beef. Let's have mad cow disease and I'm gonna give it to you.
Yo, you guys are too much.
We're gonna have a twitching Nelly now.
The grace of God, is still here. So we're happy that you never caught the swine flu.
No, well, because the thing is that the shit that I fucking cut is clean. It's not dirty.
Okay.
I mean, pigs are dirty motherfuckers, period. But it's the cleaner.
But listen, the coronavirus is a virus that really existed.
It's just another form of it.
It's cross contamination of fluids from live animals or dead animals, right?
Yeah.
So that's what happened. So they actually determined that in the market in China, in China, those markets in the streets.
I mean, they eat dogs. I mean, it's a whole different culture as far as like the food.
The food is not that sanitary.
It is not.
So what happened was a human bought a fish that was infected with it. And then it became, once they got infected, then it became airborne, and it went from human to human.
Okay.
But it's been around for a long time. Okay. It comes around every so often.
It's just different forms of it.
Different forms of it, yeah. So if you have a food market, you're not taking care of the food correctly.
Yeah, because I can actually elaborate on that. I took they had us take a safety course about that shit at my job.
Really?
Yeah.
Course of shit?
No, and it's just like it's like usually you're supposed to wear gloves and but it's crazy because even if you cough on your hands and you go take a glove, and even if you clean your hands, you have to clean your hands, take a piece of paper, turn the faucet off. And then you can't touch anything with your hands because that shit spreds.
Exactly.
Okay. Then it's just crazy.
I see that.
It's just cross contamination.
Yeah, and then that's how you can get the coronavirus easy by not being sanitary. It has nothing to do with fucking wearing masks, and that shit is not gonna do nothing.
Wow.
Unless you have those specially constructed masks that they actually are very tight on your face where nothing can get in. But if you're wearing a stupid fucking paper mask, that's only to prevent other people from getting it, not from you getting it.
Another way is if you've been around meat for all your life and your body's immune to it, you can't catch it too.
And also,
fighter is fortunate.
Was that a shot though?
He's immune to all the fucking meat diseases. Been around it for so long.
Throw shots all day
Goddamn
long.
Butcher. Well, anyway, man, that's current news at the Net the Round Table podcast.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna be right back with 2100. We're gonna get into how he started his career in music, what inspired him, and his latest projects coming up. We have a song coming up right now. This is which one is this one coming up right now?
This is New York Nights.
New York Nights, yes. New York Nights. You know what I'm saying? 2100 in the building, baby boy. You heard?
Yes, sir. Glad to be
Peace
here.
out. We'll be right back.
And girls just wanna have fun. Stick out her tongue, can I have some? I come from the Bay when they really go dumb. I'm sure I ain't just anyone. Instagram DM a video she in. Better not post, I'm the only one seeing. Stick out her tongue where she tryna put me in. Mixed light skin, says she black and Korean. She go, I'm different, but we know. My diamonds are San Pellegrino. She said she need blow, she roll up casino. But slow down, little baby, you going Pacino.
Hey, stick out your tongue, girls wanna have fun. Stick out your tongue, can have some. Stick out your tongue, girls wanna have fun. It's your birthday, can get you some. Hey, stick out your tongue, girls wanna have fun. Stick out your tongue, can have some. Stick out your tongue, girls wanna have fun. It's your birthday, can get you some. Baby, hello, make it wiggle like jello. Baby, hello, make it wiggle like baby, hello, make it wiggle like jello. Get loose, I don't want another stroke. Got stars in my roof, yeah. Get loose, son, get loose. I ain't going for the flu, getting it in the booth, yeah. Get loose, get loose. I don't want another stroke. Got stars in my roof, yeah. Get loose, son, get loose. I ain't going for the flu, getting it in the booth, yeah. I ain't going for the flu.
to my city, don't get blinded by the lights. Ain't nothing like these New York nights. I'm from Queens, but I'm riding through my city tonight. Ain't nothing like these New York nights. Man, you never trust these hoes where these girls ain't polite. Ain't nothing like these New York nights. You can roll up the weed, but the liquor's just right. Ain't nothing like these New York nights. Man, I'm talking about the city that don't never sleep. We up all night, all day, 7 days a week. Man, this shit ain't for the weak. Girl, I'm starting to get hungry, let's get something to eat. Bandianas or Philippe's. Got me roaming like a lion when I'm out here on these streets. Like a dog off the leash. Your boy really in the field, but I never carry cleats. Here's a little breakdown about where I'm from. But most niggas raise their guns before they raise their son. Any role models, but you can't name one. And no, I'm not his father, but I may say son. Queensbridge, this is the city that made us. This is the hood that raised us. This is all learned, you can't blame us. Growing up, doing dirt, you can't end up staying lust, nigga. Welcome to my city, don't get blinded by the lights. Ain't nothing like these New York nights. I'm from Queens, but I'm riding through my city tonight. Ain't nothing like these New York nights. Man, you never trust these hoes where these girls ain't polite. Ain't nothing like these New York nights. You can roll up the weed, but the liquor's just right. Ain't nothing like these New York nights.
In my city, shit ain't always what it seems. Catch you looking OT, niggas get you for the cream. Always been about my money and my team. Wanna see just how we live it, come and take that trip to Queens. These hoes shit me like a king. Man, you gotta keep it pimpin', I be selling bitches dreams. I'm tryna get up in them jeans. Tell the girls that I'm a doctor when I'm working in her sling. Good respect, girl, you know Hollywood and came up. But the money looking good, but never gave us a reason to change up. Bitches fuck around and at me now, wanna try to get their fame up. Gotta hustle hard in this fucking city if you tryna go and get your name up.
Welcome to my city, don't get blinded by the lights. Ain't nothing like these New York nights. I'm from Queens, but I'm riding through my city tonight. Ain't nothing like these New York nights. Man, you never trust these hoes where these girls ain't polite. Ain't nothing like these New York nights. You can roll up the weed, but the liquor's just right. Ain't nothing like these New York nights. New York, the city of dreams. I sat around in the crib and developed these schemes. Sometimes I feel like the man when I ride up the Queens. And know the city ain't as big as it seems. Like this pretty young thing that I met last month. And Faye Bruiser had to scoop that up. Waist so small with a big old butt. Got my dick so hard that I can't stand up. My God, take a trip around my way. You gotta see summertime on Steinway. Shout out to AG, I know he got the Deuce. Where the shiggy, it's about to get juicy. With the game I kick, I'm feeling like a Bruce Lee. Every time I step out, it's a movie. I roll 2 L's, feeling like I'm Cool Shay. Man, the city lit, fuck what you say. Welcome to my city, don't get blinded by the lights. Ain't nothing like these New York nights. I'm from Queens, but I'm riding through my city tonight. Ain't nothing like these New York nights. Man, you never trust these hoes where these girls ain't polite. Ain't nothing like these New York nights. You can roll up the weed, but the liquor's just right. Ain't nothing like these New York nights.
Welcome to dinner at the Roundtable Podcast with DJ John Tovar, Nelly Nell, and Chris Ryder, your source to knowledge. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram at Dinner at the Roundtable.
There's DJs, there's mixed DJs, club DJs, mobile DJs, and the occasional dumbass and wannabe. Then comes along a DJ that knows how to party. The Party Rocker. John Tovar Entertainments. DJ John Tovar is in the house.
bullets, I'm loading my clips. I'm writing down names, I'm making a list. I'm checking it twice and I'm getting them hit. The real ones been dying, the fake ones is lit. The game is off balance, I'm back on my shit. The Bentley is dirty, my sneakers is dirty, but that's how I like it. You all on my dick, I'm all on my bag. It's hard as it get. I do not throw powder, I might take a sip. I might hit the blunt, but I'm liable to trip. I ain't popping no pill, but you do as you wish. I roll with some fiends, I love them to death. I got a few mil, but not all of them rich. What good is the bread if my niggas is dope? What good is first class if my niggas ain't shit? That's my next mission, that's why I can't quit. Just like LeBron, get my niggas more chips. Just put the roller right back on my wrist. This watch came from Drizzy, he gave me a gift. Back when the rap game was praying like this. They act like two legends cannot coexist. But I never beef with a nigga for nothing. If I smoke a rapper, it's gonna be legit. It won't be for clout, it won't be for fame. It won't be cause my shit ain't selling the same. It won't be to sell you my latest little sneakers. It won't be cause some niggas slid in my lane. Everything grows, the depth and the change. I love you little niggas, I'm glad that you came. I hope that you scrape every dollar you came. I hope you know money won't erase the pain. To the OGs, I'm thanking you now. Was watching you when you was paving the ground. I copied your cadence, I mirrored your style. I studied the greats, I'm the greatest right now. Fuck if you feel me, you ain't got a choice. I ain't do no promo, still made all that noise. This shit gon' be different, I set my intentions. I promise to slap all that hate out your voice. Niggas been counting me out, I'm counting my bullets, I'm loading my clips, I'm writing down names, I'm making a list, I'm checking it twice and I'm getting them hit. The real ones been dying, the fake ones is lit, the game is off balance, I'm back on my shit. The Bentley is dirty, my sneakers is dirty, but that's how I like it, you all on my dick. I just poured something in my cup. I've been wanting something I can feel. Promise I am never letting up. Money in your palm will make you rich. Put it on the neck, I got 'em stuck. I'ma give 'em something they can feel. If it ain't about the squad, don't give a fuck. Pistol in your hand, I'm dead in the middle of 2 generations. I'm little bro and big bro all at once. Just left the lab with him, 21 Savage. I'm about to go on me, chicken for lunch. Had a long talk with a young nigga Kodak. Reminded me of young niggas from Ville. Straight out the project, no faking, just honest. I wish that he had more guidance for real. Too many niggas in cycle of jail, spending their birthdays inside of a cell. We coming from a long bloodline of trauma. We raised by our mamas, Lord, we gotta heal. We hurting our sisters, the babies as well. We killing our brothers, they poison the well. Distorted self-image, we settle the fail. I'ma make sure that the real gon' prevail, nigga. I just poured something in my cup. I've been wanting something I can feel. Promise I am never letting up. Money in your palm will make you rich. Put it on the neck, I got 'em stuck. I'ma give 'em something they can feel. If it ain't about the squad, don't give a fuck. Pistol in your hand don't make you rich.
Yeah. Pulling live from the north side of Lake City. I'ma keep it player. I just want you to know we the Navy SEALs. We gon' strike your whole platoon. Gang. 3 bad on me. Top floor at my penthouse. Yeah. Young rich. I'm on my road. You know, hustle my flip like yeah. Look at that trolling this hip hop. without you for 7 days straight, and now I can't live without you. And if we ever broke up, I won't have a kid without you. You forever in my heart. I won't forget about you. I be crushing you on Monday like it's Wednesday. You pressed about that what your friends say. G63 is what your business say. I'm so happy you ain't listen to your friends, babe. You can tell me how you want it, how you need it, I don't mind. Need you right here by my side, cause out of sight is out of mind. And out of spite, you hit decline, but I was hype. I hit your line a few more times, when you hit back, I'm gonna respond.
Tell me how you want it, yeah. Call me and I'm on the way. Tell me that you need me, yeah. I'll give it to you now, yeah. I'm talking about Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, all day, yeah, yeah. 24/7, yeah, all day, yeah, yeah. 24/7.
You be throwing that shit back like it's a Thursday. I be treating you like every day your birthday. Don't think with you on your worst day. I got you on a new level like what first say. When you feel down, I pick you up, put on your crown and lift you up. I put a rock all on your finger, so much ice could push you up. Heard they feelings about you, baby, told them wish you luck. Talking relationship goals, could be us. Yup, 24/7. Was the 411. When you see me kneel like Kaepernick, call a reverend. Cause I got $1 million in the stash for a wedding. If you ready, let me know, cause it's whatever.
On your anniversary, yeah, anniversary. The trip on my birthday, cause I know they keep your birthday. Ain't no playing this is that, boy, you just told me to rest. 365, you're the only one I tried, so I can get it. And all my ladies, if you feel me, help me sing it out. Yeah, yeah. I'm talking about Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Tell me how you want it, yeah. Call me and I'm on the way. Tell me that you need me, yeah. I'll give it to you now, yeah. I'm talking about Monday.
John Tavar Entertainment.
Can't
AP covered diamonds with baguettes. I thought everything was right, that's really left. Swerving, how you look so perfect on your worst days. Double C curses, you deserve it. In your DM, maybe Thursday. And in person, but you're curving. Curvy little body, let you surface. I'm on your body, make you nervous. I like the way you keep up with your earnings. It's okay, you're swerving.
I'm in the V with the got the effing on my body and it took a hollow tip. Said they gon' want me and they still ain't do shit. Had to weigh in the lobby and I'ma give it his. Man, where these at? Man, where these at? We gon' pull up big bodies with the Rugers in the back. I got Rugers in the max, pump, leave it flat. Talking how we spin the block, we gon' leave them where he at.
Like, what he's that? Hey, what he's that? I'ma pull up in a big body with the if the ops try to turn my song off, run it back. Used to have a pack in my long johns, now I rap.
If a wanna act out, got the Mac out. I ain't got no back off, that's a man down. I ain't got the 40, like his teeth all spin back with the Ruger and the block out.
Swerving, how you look so perfect on your worst days. Double C curses, you deserve it. In your DM, maybe Thursday. And in person, but you're curving. Curvy little body, let you surface. I'm on your body, make you nervous. I like the way you keep up with your earnings. It's okay, you're swerving.
Yeah, we're back, you know what I'm saying? John Saval, Nainel, Chris Ryder, with a special guest.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
2100 straight out of Queensbridge, man.
Hold
Welcome
up.
back to
Quick clap right there, baby. Quick clap right there, baby.
Welcome to the Round Table Podcast.
Yes, sir.
You guys just heard, you know, a couple of his tracks, man. You know what I'm saying? That's my guy right here.
Appreciate it.
For a minute.
Absolutely.
He's like a brother to me, you know what I'm saying? I really appreciate you, bro.
I appreciate you.
Let's get a little bit into how you got started in the music game. Let our listeners know like how you got started in the music game.
Yes.
So growing up, my older brother used to be into the music. So he used to he downloaded a program on the computer. We had like a little
LimeWire?
Nah. Similar to that. He did have a little program like that. That's where we got all our beats off of LimeWire.
Get out of here. Okay.
Hit that shit right on the spot.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So I just used to, I seen him do it.
Okay.
So then I was like, yo, just let me get on that shit. And he put me on. He used to engineer all my stuff. I wasn't putting none of the stuff out back then. I was probably like 13, 14 at the time. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So he's 6 years older than me. So at the time, he was 20, 21. So then from there, I just started like buying my own equipment, getting my mics, like, you know, with birthday money, stuff like that.
Birthday money.
So by the time like 16, 17, I had a little home studio going, and I started putting stuff out.
That's what's up.
Yeah, people started fucking with it a little bit, and just keep leveling up with it.
Wow.
Really, man.
I mean, growing up though, I mean, who you actually, you know, as far as like artist wise, I mean.
Well, he's from.
Yeah, so I was about to say.
I'm about to say that now.
You know what that means.
Nas, he definitely said.
Yeah, so Nas definitely Mobb Deep. You know,
who's the top 5 though?
Top 5 all time?
Yeah.
Oh
for
shit.
you.
I definitely put Pac in there. I put Big in there. I put Jay in there.
Okay.
I put Nas in
Brooklyn.
there, yeah.
One more.
When it comes to the fifth,
For Harlem, man.
You said 4.
That's what I'm saying.
One
man,
more.
when it comes, the fifth one is always hard, like a toss up of all time. Damn. Should I keep it with Queens, man? I'm gonna put. I'm gonna go with Jadakiss, actually.
Your homies will never let you hit the end of it, man.
Yeah,
Yo, how you ain't gonna shout out Queensbridge, man?
Man, I did.
How you ain't gonna shout out Mobb Deep, man?
That's a group. That's a group.
He did. Of course he did. That was the first one, though. He said.
Out of my 5, on my top 5. Nah, I said Pac.
He said Pac, Big, Nas and Jay. Yeah, he didn't say Mobb Deep.
Yo, as you say it though, honestly though, I think Prodigy in the '90s though, he was very underrated as an MC.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, he was spitting some shit.
Nah, he definitely
like Prodigy, man, like he was on some shit in the '90s though. And
I think that was the good thing about Mobb Deep is that you had Havoc making the beats.
Okay,
Prodigy.
You had that balance, that balance, right?
Yo, one of my favorite albums of all time is Infamy.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, that album is
second album. Yeah.
The second album. It's like if that shit was put together. It was simple.
It's crazy,
but it was one of the best. Like I could listen to the album. From
Yo, they were
front
like
to back.
18, 19 years old.
Yeah,
they were older than that because they
when they started the first album, they were like 18.
Yeah, they was
That's crazy,
and
yo.
then, like,
Like
3
for
years.
Shook ones. and
Shook
all
ones,
that.
they were 18, 17, 18.
Because their first album was horrible.
My
No,
God.
the Infamous?
That shit was no.
No.
Infamous is not their
Oh,
first
the
album.
other first album.
The first one, yeah, they were.
What you saw?
The non-mainstream one.
Yeah, but their first album.
I
that
saw
shit
potential. I
was-
saw potential.
They was
but I
doing
mean,
they was doing a lot
but
of
that
hood
shit was
music. So
like-
like the Infamous Mob is bigger than Prodigy and
Yeah.
Right.
It's a lot of niggas from the hood that's in Infamous
Absolutely.
Mob.
Yo, fucking Prodigy talks about that shit all the time.
What he say? What he say?
About fucking Mob Deep. Like it was just dumb too. It was a lot
it's
of other
literally,
people.
literally a mob. It's a literally
It was a mob.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like a lot of motherfuckers.
I mean, the video itself though. It's the video, the Shook ones though, man. It's crazy though, man. It's crazy, man.
I like the way that they brought like a different flavor to rap. They really was doing the gangster rap shit hard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They was spitting that hard shit, like, you know.
Yeah, they were.
Niggas being shook, niggas getting robbed, fucked up, shot at.
Yeah.
You listen to my beats, first album, second, third, all their albums are about how fucking niggas up, shooting niggas up.
grimy New York shit.
Yo,
that's true. That's
I
true.
was actually put on the Mob Deep their fourth album.
Oh really?
Fourth album, nigga?
I know.
Really?
Because I was late.
Yeah.
God
I know
damn,
a lot
bro.
of
I
people
was
that got
late. The
put
Infamy
on.
came out, what, 2001?
Yeah, for me, was like their fourth album.
Yeah, the fourth album. Yeah.
I know a lot of people got
Because it was
put
their
on.
first
Shout out
one.
to
It was
you.
Infamous. It was the third one. I forgot what was the name of the third one.
Well, the second one was the first.
The Infamous.
The
second one, and then the third one was
Hell on Earth.
Hell on Earth was
the
the third one.
Second one.
Yeah, Hell on Earth, yeah.
The mainstream one was second, but the third one like overall.
It's Hell on Earth, and then Infamy was the fourth one that came.
Yeah.
That shit I was bumping.
Yeah.
But I was late to it. I didn't get into hip hop until I was
I
like
feel you.
Oh, really?
14,
Okay.
15. So
Listen, I mean,
around 2000, 2000.
You and I actually, had the album.
Yeah.
You had the album. I had the albums.
Yeah.
You should bump to all the time, man.
He was probably one of the first like real hard body Mob Deep fans.
Real talk. Yeah.
Because I was late, you know.
That's right,
I mean,
right.
because around 2000, 2001, that was when like Infamy came out.
Yeah.
You know, Jay. It was Rockefeller. It was
Right.
The Locks. Well, actually, the Locks is my favorite rap group.
Oh, really?
Time.
The Locks? Okay.
The Locks is my favorite rap.
They be spitting.
Really? I mean,
The Locks is my favorite rap
to me,
group ever.
it's Wu-Tang, though. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah.
Like,
I mean,
Wu-Tang
I
would
got into
definitely,
Wu-Tang late because the good thing about Apple Music is, you get the catalog of everything.
Yeah.
So when you were a young kid, you ain't making the money like that, and albums is $9, $10. You ain't got that type of money to spend. Then you gotta get the CD player. Then
Yeah.
So for me, I was only able to buy certain albums.
That's a fact.
Get Rich or Die Trying was one of them.
Yeah.
A lot of Jay-Z's early albums, Blueprint.
Got you. Yeah.
I bought,
Definitely.
Yeah,
You know.
man.
Yeah.
I bought Memphis.
Yeah, man, but
Now, but actually, Town Records, Town Records, Wiz, HMV.
we actually when we was younger, we used to go to Tower Records to boost like tapes, and I used to have that big long First Down coat.
Oh
First
shit!
Down coat,
Yeah, I
and
remember
me
those.
and JT went into a Tower Records before we was gonna go watch a movie, and we went into Tower Records, and I was trying to be like that smooth cat. And we had stolen, I think it was a Biggie tape, right? Was it a Biggie tape? It was a tape. We stole somebody's one album.
When is that?
And we were walking out, bro. We thought we had made it. And right before I walked out of Tower Records, JT was in front of me. The fucking security guard grabbed him. Come over here. You got something in your pocket?
What the fuck?
And he searched me down. He found that shit. And I was like 10 or I was like 11.
Oh, music was everything.
I know, right?
Yo, and
Real talk.
They let me go, but they took a picture of my ass. They was like, yo, don't ever come back here again. Word. They said, like,
yo, you remember J&R Music World?
Oh, J&R, yeah.
Brooklyn Bridge?
That's right, yeah.
Yo, it's a funny story about J&R, man. Like, I never got followed in a store ever in my life. So me and my brothers were like, I think I'm like 13. Yeah. Tim is like 12.
Oh, the first time? Okay.
Yo, security guard was following us the whole time.
God
Because we
damn,
looking
really?
at albums and shit. That was the first time I ever got like motherfuckers try to tell me, and I'm looking
Really?
at him
Oh,
like, yo, I
shit.
ain't doing nothing, man. I'm just looking over here. I was with my pop.
Something on the dollar right now.
I was with Red Fox. I was with Red Fox.
Yeah, man. But back to 2100.
Yeah.
You from Queensbridge.
Yes,
You grew up
yes.
in an area that was very known for hip hop. They had a lot of big hip hop artists like Nas. You know what I'm saying? Just
Yes.
in Queens in general. LL Cool J's from Queens.
Absolutely,
Got
yes.
Effects, right? You got MC Sham, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
From out there. So you had a lot of inspirations.
Yes.
Basically, as a Queens native, to actually be like, okay, I want to do hip hop. Growing up, is any artist that really inspired you to want to get into the
Great question,
artistry
yeah.
of hip hop?
Great question.
So a lot of the times I used to pay attention to people. Obviously, I paid attention to like the bosses of hip hop, if like you would say. So
Russell
like
Simmons.
the Master P, even the Master
He's from
P.
Queens too, right? Russell
Yeah,
Simmons?
he's from Queens.
Russell,
Yeah.
definitely.
So like the Master P's, the Jay Z's.
Okay.
Diddy's.
Okay.
So like, and I say that in the sense of like, I wanted to create my own opportunity. Obviously, well now you could do the whole internet thing, but when I was really going like, I need a deal right now type of thing, the whole going the label way was the way to go. But I wasn't generating enough attention to go the label way. So then I was like, fuck it, let me try to do the Jay-Z way, let me do the Dame Dash way, where I'm gonna create my own thing like a Rockefeller, which is Ron Apple Productions, and I'm just gonna push my own shit. So that's why I kind of paid attention to a lot of them. As far as music goes, Jay was, that person too, because he was doing both. He was doing business moves, and he was doing the business and the rap side.
That's crazy, like, that Jay-Z was the first to pioneer that shit. Well, not the first, but
but made it on this level.
Yeah, made it on that level.
On a New York level, he was probably the first artist.
But you know
I
what?
would say the first artist that actually really owned his shit.
But listen,
right out of New York, right?
Yes.
But he was also an owner slash
he
artist.
He had that same mentality. It's like, yo, I'm not getting signed by none of the major
But shout out to
labels.
Dame Dash, though. Dame Dash was definitely an advocate with that.
Hell
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Dame Dash was, he
But
spoke
Dame
out
Dash
for
was
Jay-Z.
an artist,
But you need
though.
that.
He wasn't an artist, but probably business-wise,
Yeah,
though.
yeah,
Like,
for
he
sure.
understood the whole business system.
Yeah, but you need that.
Yeah.
You need,
Yeah,
you
no,
need
you
that
definitely-
artist,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you need that guy that's gonna go in
Exactly.
there
But
and
I-
demand
Yeah,
to
go
be
ahead.
played.
Exactly.
I think Jay-Z was the first artist to really say, I want to be part of the owners. You know what I'm saying? Like Dame Dash, Big Bergs, and OG Juan came to him, you know what I'm saying, with the whole idea of start a whole situation. All right, so you guys want me to be down? I want to be owner too. I don't want to owner, just be an artist.
But it came down with like him being rejected, though, right? Because I'm honestly,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying, his whole point was like, I'm trying to get a record deal.
Exactly.
He got rejected. Like, you know what? Let's just start our own shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's
Let's
actual-
start our own
That's what it
shit.
was. I mean, that's how it started, though. Yeah,
There's
yeah.
an actual story where he was gonna get signed to a major label, but he got the dude that was gonna do it got rebuffed.
Yeah.
Who's that?
I forgot. There's a story out there. I forgot
Oh, yeah?
exactly where it is.
Jazzo?
No, it wasn't Jazzo. I think it was a dude.
He started with Jazzo.
He was, yeah,
it was the
original
same
flavor. Original
yeah,
flavor.
it was. I think it
Yo,
was.
Jazzo's nice, though, man.
I think it
hell
was.
yeah.
Very underrated. Very underrated.
I think it was the
Original
same
flavor.
dude that signed Wu-Tang or something like that. But it was a dude
Yeah?
that he was gonna sign Jay-Z, but then like
RCA Records?
something like that. Like something happened where he couldn't sign Jay-Z, and he even says it in an interview. Like I'll find it, but he was like, that's one of the greatest mistakes ever was not
Wow.
signing Jay.
Wow.
But you
That's
spoke
crazy.
about the actual being inspired by the bosses, the owners of the game. Is there any artist that you felt like you could relate to as far as the music tip that you was really like a fan of as well, but also you admire their success or their skill level?
I'm gonna go more like with the new school with this one, but J. Cole.
That's right. You know what? Gotta get clap for that one.
Heavily
Gotta get
grew
clap.
up
Hold on.
listening
This
to
is
J. Cole.
J. Cole's my top right now. He's my top right now.
Definitely.
J. Cole. J. Cole, man.
J. Cole, the Big Sean's. I fucks with Big Sean, who's moving. Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, Kendrick
Yeah,
Lamar.
so shit like that, where they managed to stay lyrical and still blew up. Type shit. So those are the guys like I really was like, you don't have to sell out for.
Yeah, Big Sean's very underrated. Bro.
Super underrated.
He's one of my favorites.
Yes.
I was actually bumping his shit today. I was bumping,
yeah.
I was bumping his first. I was bumping his first album, and my favorite one is his second one. I love his second one.
Which one was that? I know. I like the one I like is was it dark.
That's his third one.
Well, you know what? With Big Sean though, honestly, like he's a great MC though.
Yeah.
Great MC. He can really spit. You know what I'm saying? Although he got body with that record with Kendrick Lamar.
Oh yeah. Control shit. Yeah, control shit.
I mean, but he can really spit though. You know what I'm saying?
He let him do that.
He let him do that.
He let him do
So I'll bet.
We're talking about like records like that. You know,
It's Hall of Fame.
you being from you being from Queensbridge. You know, like I said, you had a lot of there was a lot of artists there that actually the Queens held down the rap game for a long time, and they had a hold on it. Me and you had a personal conversation.
Yeah. Let's talk
about the
it.
whole Jay-Z and Nas beef. And, you know, I felt like you know, you just said that you admired Jay-Z because of his entrepreneurship spirit.
Yeah.
But when me and you had a conversation about the Jay-Z and Nas beef, I kind of felt like you was on Nas' side. Was it just some hood shit?
Man bias right now. Man bias.
The way I feel about
I think
man bias.
I think personally to me, Nas beat him.
Oh, everybody.
On that record, yes.
On just the whole battle.
Kareem Rasmussen.
Ether killed everybody, bro. I don't care.
That's what I'm saying. I
mean, it became a trademark though. Ether. Ether him.
Yeah, you got.
I mean, like,
But you know, it was only because fucking what was it? Funkmaster Flex called Jay-Z the winner, but it was Jay-Z ain't fucking winning.
Nas definitely
Jay-Z
won
ain't
that.
fucking winning. That shit.
That's what I'm saying.
2-100.
I definitely, I'm inspired by Hove, of course. But when it comes to that beef and that Ether record,
it was crazy.
Ether was the.
It turned around everything, right?
At that time, the way I looked at it, Nas had his back against the wall.
Yeah.
His mom passed away and all that. Yeah.
Exactly. And you going against Hove, which basically kind of is like
top rapper.
somebody like going against Drake now.
Motivate him. It awakened the sleeping giant.
Exactly. So he could have put out some bullshit and lost his career.
He did it.
But he didn't. Yeah, he didn't.
But luckily that Nas is one of the legends of hip hop, so he was able to like really
think about Nas,
show
though, man.
Jay-Z that lyrically I could fuck with you.
If you really listen to Nas and you listen to the album Godson, he talks about, like, he goes into depth of everything that happened.
Yeah.
And he talked about it. And he was like that. He, you know, him, Raekwon, Biggie, they were like the gods of the game in the 90s.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You know,
It's
and
still all to me. I mean, my eyes.
Jay-Z even says it in one of his early records. Who's the best MCs? Biggie, Jay-Z, and Nas.
you know,
yeah.
Then he was talking about Jigga. Like that Jigga was his MC coming up that wanted to be like them.
Right.
And then Jay-Z got mad because Nas played him on a feature.
Wow.
You know, and then that's when, like, you know, that's when he said, you know, when he was on the takeover, he was like, you know, I was sampled your voice, you was using it wrong.
Yeah. Made the hot line, I made the hot song.
Yeah, but he Nas reflected on that. You gotta hear Godson.
He's
and you gotta,
different though, man. Nas is just different, bro.
And he even said it.
Different.
He was like, yo.
Yeah.
His mom's was like, yo, you not gonna come back at him? And Nas was like, nah, you know. And then mom's like, fuck that, kill him.
Listen, about Nas though, he was very intellectual, man. Like,
for a person that dropped out in 8th grade.
Yo, he was.
And then he
got signed when he was 18. He was another one.
And then God said, he even said, he was like, yo, he was like, you know what? Fuck that. He was like, I killed everybody on Rockefeller.
He did.
Everybody. He said it. He was like, yo, I killed everybody, bro.
He did.
I killed everybody.
So what was your take on that whole beef to 100 that we ain't finished letting you divulge?
Of course, I think was one.
I know, right?
But I think
make sure you said that.
I think that battle overall was super good. Yeah, all that shit in the beginning of the
You talking about me, dog? You what?
Yeah, right. I'm
Fuck. See, nigga, you been on my dick, nigga. You know my style.
That was the hardest shit out of New York at the time. That shit was the hardest shit record out of New York. A king at the time. Like obviously kings could change, or there could be multiple kings. But like in the art of battle, that right there was like, you know what, Nas, you the king for right now, man. And that's how
at that moment, right?
Yeah,
I got you.
You know, being from Queensbridge, it made me look at it like, yo, we them niggas right now. You gotta come to us for it.
I feel like, you know, Jay-Z, Nas was like, you know what, you picked a fight with me. I ain't really want it, but I'm gonna show you that I'm more of a rapper than you, because at the end of the day, lyrically, to the essence of hip hop, Nas is considered a legend. Jay-Z too, but Nas was already considered a legend, you know, before Jay-Z. And the fact that Jay-Z used to idolize him, he was like, damn, nigga, you fucking dissing your pops, nigga? I'm your pops, nigga. I'm gonna show you how we take care of the kids around here, you heard?
And that's what he said, nigga, you been on my dick, nigga, you love my style. Fuck you, soul ether. Teach you the king, you know, you Nas of the
just the way he floated on the
delivery
was something different.
Absolutely, man. I mean, you know what? Queens definitely has a large background with hip hop.
Yeah,
we're talking about. I mean, honestly, Run DMC.
Exactly. Yeah, hell yeah.
Tribe Called Quest.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Exactly. I mean, talk about LL Cool J. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, it's crazy. Yep. Like, yo, you go back with Queens though. And actually, it is the largest borough, right? In
if I'm
NYC,
not mistaken,
right?
yes.
It is.
It's the biggest borough.
Yeah. It is, right?
And the most diverse place in the world, by the way, too.
Oh, it is? Okay, I didn't know that. I didn't know that part. Okay, man. So I mean, you go from Queens though, man. I mean, how that plays a role with your music though?
So like with the diversity, like basically that all plays into my stuff because basically I love R&B as much as I love hip hop. I just
you sing though? You sing?
Nah, I wish. But you see how, like, speaking of Queens, you see how Ja Rule used to finesse it back.
Yo, it's crazy, yo.
I wish I could.
Yeah.
That's what the game is missing. So you see, like,
absolutely,
I kind of compare everything that happens now to where, like, what the game was before. So you see how Tory Lanez or somebody like Chris Brown or Trey Songz, they kind of played both sides.
Absolutely,
the game needs more.
Right.
Because there's nothing like when you get when you with your girl or maybe in the club at 2-3 o'clock in the morning after them drinks.
Gotcha.
A little bit of R&B, you feel me? Can't go wrong with a little bit of
R&B. Totally done, right?
Nobody want to hear. Nobody.
But you know what's crazy about shit? You know what's crazy about Ja Rule though, man, is that I feel like he allowed 50 to kill him. You know what I'm saying?
He allowed 50 took his own format though. I know, honestly though.
But no,
his own format, man.
50 really,
go
50 really like he let 50 get him.
I think it was our fault what happened to Ja Rule. And when I say us, I mean the fans.
Gotcha.
50 was so strong and so powerful back then, and telling us that we shouldn't be listening to dudes singing. We believe that shit.
He did the same thing though.
Yeah, because that Get Rich or Die Trying had everybody feeling like they the biggest, toughest guy in the world.
I say that shit all the time. I skip school to get rich.
Yeah.
50 is one of my idols, bro. Like I love, 50 is one of my idols.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
You know, it's Styles P and it's 50. Those are my idols, bro. For me, so my idols.
And honestly, for me, with 50 though, he changed the game for me. Cause I knew 50 before Shady.
Oh really?
Oh, I'm saying, like, yeah. Before that, I mean, going with Columbia Records. I mean, with Jam Master Jay, and with 50 though, man, I saw his potential though, man. I'm like, yo, this guy could really spit.
Yeah,
and I really, resonate with his lyrics. You know what I'm saying? But with 50 though, he actually went through a lot of fucking shit though.
Yeah,
got shot 9 times. You know what I'm saying? He survived it. And was able to, overcome that and then, get signed with a major label.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With Interscope Records, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, wow.
It's
mind-boggling sometimes.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
How that shit could change for you. 1 minute
absolutely,
you could be like fucked up
bro.
in the street and then...
Yeah,
but, getting shot 9 times, that shit was the best fucking marketing.
You survived that shit, man. That's crazy.
Cause I remember, that shit is like a vivid memory, bro. I remember being in my cousin's Sweet 16 bumping his mixtape before he came out with Get Rich.
Oh, me too.
Yeah,
and I was like, it was not a Power Dollar, it was another one. And he had the track, what was it called?
What was that?
It was the 2 bonus tracks that he had on his album at the end. Yeah, he had videos for it.
Oh yeah, okay.
That was on that track.
Okay.
And then 50 was such a bully when he came in.
Oh my god, man!
All the records we heard was on some like
bully.
How to Rob. When he came on the record with How to Rob,
he's not a bully no more. Like 50's just like 50 just bag. 50 just, you know what it is with 50 to me? He just bags on niggas. Like he just bags on motherfuckers.
Yeah, well,
it's not like but like when he first came in the game, he was on some like, yo, I will whoop your ass. Like he was you saw. Like you felt the authentic from him.
Yeah.
He's not the same motherfucker he was when he first came in the game.
changed,
he's an executive now.
Yeah.
You know, he's a millionaire.
Right.
He's fucking Diet Coke from what he was before. Bro.
That's a fact. That's
You know
a
what I'm
fact.
saying? But
that money, man, you can't keep paying them lawyers.
But you know,
like,
I know motherfuckers who told me that 50 was really a thorough dude in Queensbridge, bro.
He was. I mean, he still is though. He still is though, man.
He was a real thorough dude. He wasn't really faking nothing.
Yeah, nah,
Like, he was real.
yeah.
Like he was known to like beat like.
Yeah, I heard he was really good with his hands and shit. He was
He used to
like,
bully
he
niggas
was
in
really
Queensbridge,
like, yeah,
like in Jamaica, Queens.
Yeah,
he used to
yeah.
bully motherfuckers. Like he was an alpha. Like yo,
He's an alpha.
yo, he's got a video of him fucking tossing Tony Ayo in bushes. Like yo,
I saw that video.
Yeah, like that's the type of time. Like that's the stuff I seen. I know, like obviously I don't know in person, but that's the type of shit I seen too. Like he fucking with people.
Yeah,
like you got that whole bully mentality.
man.
Like.
It's crazy. You heard about that. I mean, with 50 Cent, I mean, honestly, though, with Queens, though, itself, though, the whole borough, though, man, knowing that you came from that borough, how much pressure, you know what I mean, goes to you as an artist. You know what I mean? Like,
to be honest, I really don't feel that much pressure because I just feel like, one, I'm directing Queens into a right direction.
Gotcha.
I feel like I'm not doing anything that people would be like, well, damn, that's what Queens is about. Like, you know, look at me type weird. I feel like they'll look at Queens and be like, look at me and be like, this is exactly what Queens is about. Like, this is what, he's repping the way he's supposed to be repping. That's why I feel like I shouldn't feel no pressure with it. It's a lot of legacy to live up to.
Yes.
So speaking of that, so you know about the whole like new school vibe and all this mumble rap and all this bullshit. To me, honestly, I think it's bullshit. But you know, I'm also not, you know, deaf to the times. Yeah. You know, to me, I feel like music is ever changing, but I feel like people should always have a balance.
Of course,
so the game should have a balance. So I feel like if you're if you sound like everybody else, it's just boring.
It is.
But it is. You have this uniqueness to be in the middle, to have both that new school but the old school and combine it together. Yeah. And I feel like when an artist can combine both together, it just makes incredible music.
I think so too.
And a couple of the tracks that I heard from you was really fire.
I appreciate that,
what I'm saying?
brother. Thank you, man.
You know what I'm saying? Because you know, I can, you know, if you can keep it lyrical but also be hip to the times. Yeah. And have that balance, that's so important.
Exactly. Chris Ryder, you know, it's a clap right there.
And that's what it's saying. You know, and you have that uniqueness, you know, to have that balance.
Yeah, and honestly, I appreciate that because that's honestly what I'm going for. I just feel like with music, you're supposed to make things that's timeless. So when you go in the studio, you shouldn't be in there just to try to ride the wave of what's going on. Don't get me wrong. These dudes is doing all these streams. They're going platinum. That's cool. Them accolades is cool. But I would love for 15, 20 years down the line.
Right. Long term. Yeah.
There's a lot of, like, Get Rich or Die Trying, like we were talking about.
Yo, bro.
All the way through.
Absolutely.
Play that all the way
you know,
through.
and even if you want to go even a step further, look at some stuff Michael Jackson did in 1983.
Yeah, bro.
That you pop that shit on a party, that shit gonna set it off.
Exactly.
And he, you know, that shit is 30, 40 years ago.
Exactly. And I just feel like that's how you leave a mark on
and that should be how music is. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should always have that where you leave a mark. And it's like, if you sound like the next man, you're going to let Lost in the Shuffle. So now 20 years from now,
oh my God,
you know, you're going to look at it. You're going to look at it and it's going to be like, oh, this guy sound like this guy. I can't tell the difference.
Right now,
but if you look at it, if you go deeper, you're going to be like, oh shit.
Yeah.
This dude too.
Right
different he sounds like the times, but he's able to create something that's unique.
Yo, talent in music, that's a gift.
It's a gift.
To me, it's a gift.
Yeah, it is.
That's a gift.
You know what? Raekwon, right? He's been in the game for years. Yeah. His last album was fire. And you know why it was so fire? Because he was able to keep it. He was able to keep it new, but he was also to keep it old.
Essence of
essence of who he was.
The essence, yeah.
And I always tell people, like, yo, bro, you have not heard The Wild? You gotta hear The Wild.
The Wild's crazy, yeah. But listen, honestly though, 2100 though, with your music though, how you got started though?
How I got started on my stuff?
Yeah.
About it.
So
you know what I mean? Like,
like
Queens though. I mean, honestly, we spoke about the whole, you know, the whole biography with Queens though. I mean, honestly, for me though, Run DMC is my favorite. Run DMC.
How you got started
Number
listening?
one.
How you got started as far as listening to music? Because we spoke about how you got started with the LimeWire with your brother and all that. So when you started listening to hip hop, obviously we all grew up in the hip hop culture. 'Cause we're from the hood, but what was like the first song that you remember listening to as a kid? Like that you was like, oh, this is my shit right here. Like your favorite song.
See, the funny thing is, my mom used to always control the music in the crib.
She was one of those moms like,
so yeah,
like, that's the music. You know,
not even like that, but like let's say, you know, with the cleaning and shit like that.
Good. Got you.
She got a good ear for like hip hop, but like I said earlier with the R&B, she used to be really into that. So like, my first inspiration with music wasn't necessarily rap music.
It wasn't.
It was like R&B and shit.
Like who? Who in particular?
Damn. So I could go. So many people I could name, but you got
Petty Patagraph?
Marvin Gaye.
You got Johnny Gill.
You got what about
Bobby Brown. New Edition.
New Edition. Oh shit.
Like that. Like.
What? Bobby Brown, the original bad boy of music, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Shit like that.
Okay, got you. Okay.
And the way I just felt like the R&B dudes was getting all the girls and shit. So you feel me? And then obviously when I started like transforming into my own music and shit that I started choosing, like I started going into like listening to the 50s, Nas obviously, Fab. I used to listen to a lot of Fab.
Oh, Fab, he's very underrated too. Fab, very underrated.
The thing about being from New York, we kind of super spoiled with all the home people we could listen to.
Right.
You know, we could always listen to Jadakiss, Styles. You could listen to all these people from New York.
Yeah.
So that I was just always just engulfed in New York music for a long time, and then I started, branching out, listening to more like a couple West Coast people.
Oh, gotcha.
People. You know, Lil Wayne had a run for a long time.
He did.
I was in high school. So
07, yeah.
Really trying to heavily get into the bars. I used to listen to Lil Wayne a lot because he used to float on a lot of things.
He did.
Yeah, for sure. So that's how I kind of got into the whole listening to music thing.
But the fact that you had those inspirations from listening to the songs that your mother was playing, and also understanding that rhythm and blues actually led up to what hip hop ended up being. You know what I'm saying? Disco and all that, all combined. You know what I'm saying? That's great that you had that early on in your immediate home, but you don't understand the values of music in general. You know what I mean? And that that helped you transition into the artist that you are today.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because I could tell, like, in your music when I listen to it, like, you have like that melody flow, but also you keep the essence of hip hop intertwined with it.
Appreciate it.
You have the song "Be Mine."
Be Mine shit.
So Be Mine is like more of like you were saying earlier, like the Trey Songz type shit.
Yeah, exactly. Try to
rap,
try to pass it out, right?
He raps in that song. He also uses like an alto like voice.
Oh yeah.
He's like singing, but not. At a high level, but
got you
rhyming with the flow, and I like that song.
I appreciate it.
And you don't really notice like how much like hip hop borrows from the 60s and 70s. I mean, particularly from the 70s.
Always though.
Until you hear something like
Blitzkrieg Real off the fucking 60s, 70s. Yeah.
Yo, and then I've my job, they play a lot of like old school, like, and then I hear so many samples, and I just be like, oh shit. And then you see like how much like, and it's crazy that he mentioned that that the 70s is like, to me, if you really break down hip hop history and period, some of the best beats come from the 70s.
Absolutely.
Some of the best.
P. Diddy was one of those people that he embarked off of that. There's been times that me to 100 we've been together, we listened to a tune, but oh shit, that sounds like that fucking song that came out a couple of years ago.
Yo, because it was because if you think about the 70s, such a groovy time. They were all
groovy.
It's like they were all like in space and floating and shit. Because that was the weed era. Because that was the weed era. The 70s was really the weed era.
You feel horny, Chris Ryder.
And then that's like
Austin Butcher Powers.
Oh shit.
But the 70s is always, the flows and the and the sampling was,
Nah, I love like when I get beats and I hear samples on it. The only thing is that it's such a pain in the ass to get them cleared.
Yeah.
But them
real talk about
that feeling. They give you a feeling that like if it brings you back to a time, that song writes itself basically with the right
great
sample.
times. Yeah, you're right about that.
The good thing is you can always use those beats like for promotional use.
Exactly.
Like getting ready, so you could use it like just to get like a little bit of like warm up for something else that you got coming on. You know what I'm saying? That you could do a remix to a beat that's fire from back then that people are familiar with. But oh shit, like I'm gonna make my own version of it, and then boom, next week you hit him with one of your shits, original shits, and then oh shit, this nigga can go back and forth. You know what I'm saying? And that's artistry right there. You know what I'm saying? Where you can show people old school, new school, and blending it together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Old school, new school need to hear the.
Biggie right there.
So Tune. As I'm also like a creative minded person. I write. I actually have a segment on Then at the Round Table where I have a poetry corner or creative writing. Creative writing corner. So, I just
Yeah.
So what's your process like? How Because I for me personally, if I sit down and listen to a beat, sometimes it just speaks. Like the hook is just there.
Exactly.
It's just there. You can sit down, listen to a beat, all of a sudden the hook is there.
Yeah.
And then other beats you have to really like work hard at it and all that stuff. Like, so when you sit down and you really like listen to a beat, like does it come quick? You have to, or sometimes it comes quick, sometimes it doesn't come quick. Like, how does it work for you?
Sometimes for me, like when I first hit a beat, sometimes it clicks as far as like I know what I want to say. And I know the format of how I'm gonna say it, like the melodies and the scheme of how I'm gonna say it. Writing it may take a little bit longer because I put so much time and effort into to the bars. But as far as like getting the skeleton of the song, that's almost instantly.
Yeah,
but sometimes
you feel it in your bones.
Exactly. You just you like, all right, I know I want to say this, or I know this is how I'm gonna say it. But I also want it to mean something, so I'm not just gonna say some bullshit. Right. So that'd be the longest part for me. It's just making sure that I say something that I can stand on, meaning that is make sure that it's real, something I can relate to, and something that somebody else can feel. Like obviously, you're all gonna have them songs because sometimes I do it as well. I try to go for them hits. So sometimes I may compromise the bars just a little bit, just so it could be.
But you always have to though.
Yeah, you always have to. Exactly.
Because any kind of smart artist, your singles. That's where you have to compromise.
Exactly.
Because you have to gain the listeners.
Exactly.
But once they, let's say you have that hit, right?
Yeah.
You're not spitting as hard as you want to, but when they go into your EP, those other 5 songs or 6 songs or however long you want your EP to be.
Yeah, exactly.
Like if you want 7 songs, those other 6 songs, that's where you spit.
Yeah.
So that way, because to me, I never really liked the singles.
Yeah.
I fuck with the singles,
but the single catches your ear.
It catches my ear.
About.
So like,
let me go see what this guy's about. After that.
So Lupe Fiasco is my favorite rapper. Period of all time. Yes.
Oh shit.
Period.
My boy feels the same way.
Period. So his first.
About that,
my boy feels the same way.
Lupe, and I've met Lupe in person. Yeah. It's my fucking. I love Lupe, but some of my favorite Lupe songs were never his singles.
Yeah. That's how
it be like that.
Yeah. Kick Push was his first single.
Yeah.
Off his album, Food and Liquor.
Yeah.
I hated that fucking single.
Yeah.
But the single that fucking put me on, that made me a fan for life, was The Cool.
Oh yeah.
That he had the track that he had on Food and Liquor was The Cool.
Yeah.
That made me a fan.
That's honestly how I judge if a person really either fucks with me or fucks with an artist. Yeah. If you tell me that this is your favorite artist and one of his singles is your favorite record,
you're not a fan.
Yeah.
You're not a fan.
What's the odds of that single being his favorite?
You would just jump into the band and you didn't even research the artist. Because it's true, like Chris Ryder was saying, like, you know what I'm saying, like, if an artist catches my attention, I'm like, okay, the guy, he has something, like kind of creative, whatever. I want to see what he's about, and then I do research and I listen to his actual deep down songs in the album, and I'm like, oh shit, like this dude is really about what I thought he was. You know what I'm saying? So it's true what you say. Like because most artists you want to have like a wide span of popularity, they'll drop a single just for mainstream purposes, and then you know what I'm saying, they got shit hit in the vault. So if you know what I'm saying, you feel like that artist is like doing their thing, you're gonna go into the vault and find out what they're really about. You know what I'm saying? So that's when it really counts. You know what I mean? Because you see like the core essence of their skill.
Because that's who they really are.
Exactly.
That's the whole point of an album.
Yeah, so it's who they really are.
Yeah.
You throw a single out there to catch the bait. They come in, they listen to this shit, they be like, oh shit.
And
fans.
And my favorite artists, some of my favorite songs, nobody would know about that.
Yeah,
nobody would know about
we
that.
know a little bit.
You know, like if you fucks with them, then you would know about it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and Tony Baker, which is one of an Instagram comedian, he had something on, and Lupe Fiasco was on it. Like he was like going crazy, and he was like, "Oh, this fucking guy was at my show, and he was there heckling me, and he didn't even know none of my fucking singles."
Wow.
And then I'm over there like, "Yo, bro, I'm your biggest fan." Yo, bro, the cool that when he came out with the album, yo, that's the only album in my life I listened to a month straight. I didn't listen to nothing else.
Right. That's some real.
Like I'm a loop, and when I met the motherfucker, I was mad nervous. Cause he came into my store and he was like, "Yo, that's Lupe." I'm like, "I know, it's my fucking guy."
Did you offer him free meat?
I wasn't a butcher at that point. So then I came to him. I was like, "Yo, Lupe, man, I'm your biggest fan. I can't wait for Lasers."
Want that shit, Lupe?
And that's and I know for him as an artist, he's like, "Yo, he's waiting for my album." Yeah. He's not even waiting for my singles, but he knows what my album is.
Shoreline in fucking New York,
you know. And so when you said that you want to make lasting music, I guarantee you're gonna have somebody come up to you and say, "Yo, Tune, I can't wait for your project to drop." Because my favorite track is a track that nobody even knows about.
Honestly,
because I told
that's
him,
what I live for,
and that's what I told him. I was like, "Yo, The Cool is my favorite track of all time."
Really? The Cool is my favorite track of all time, but I got some nice pork chops in the back. You want that?
I wasn't a butcher at that point. I wasn't a butcher. I didn't even know what I wanted to be. But
you knew about pork chops.
But when that must be like the craziest thing to you.
Yeah.
But that must be the craziest thing to you to have somebody come up to you and say, "Yo, Tune, man, I can't wait for your track. My favorite track is this."
Yeah.
But what do you think is crazy? Is somebody tell you that? Somebody telling you I got some pork chops in the back?
Yo, Sheik Luch was on a radio show.
You would have get the pork chops, right? Like that.
And he was talking about that. And he was like, "Yo, man, I got some of the most gangsters motherfuckers coming to my show. And they be rapping to the tracks that nobody know about."
I'm telling you that.
Those are real fans.
And then those are real fans. And then Jadakiss posted a segment on his Instagram. And this dude was like, "Yo, play Feel Me. Play Feel Me." He screamed. He was like, "Yo," he was like, "Play Feel Me." And Jay-Z and Jadakiss was like, "Yo," he told the DJ, "Drop that shit." And then if you don't know about Jada, you don't know about Feel Me. So the fact that my man was at his show and told Jadakiss, "Play Feel Me."
That's right.
Jadakiss, he knew it in his soul. He was like, "Yo, play that shit." Just because this motherfucker's a real fan, because he knows about Feel Me. He ain't want to play the other shit.
No, that's a fact. I'm telling you, that gotta be the best feeling in the world.
It is.
And then because of that, yo, and then that's one of Jadakiss's best tracks ever, bro. And that was off his second album.
Yeah, man.
When my moment come, I'm just gonna live in that shit.
Yeah, but you're saying like when Chris tried to ask you the question about how you get into a song, you try to you feel it in your body, what you want to do, and then you do something that's relatable, right? And you have a song called "Cannot Relate."
Yeah.
So it's like, saying you relate to a song.
Yes.
But then can people relate to your lifestyle? Does that mean you can't relate to my lifestyle? What I've been through, you know nothing about, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Bro. I like that song. I love it. That was the first song we played today on the podcast.
Yeah.
And cannot relate.
Cannot
relate. Can you talk a little bit about that song? What it means? And what inspired you to write that song?
Yeah, definitely. So that was one of the songs that I felt like basically wrote itself. It's just one of those situations just basically one of them situations where you know, you kind of get caught up in the music nowadays. Everybody's the toughest guy in the world. Everybody, like, you know, everybody's a killer. Everybody's a
I'm
robber.
a tough guy.
Yeah.
I'm a tough guy.
And then honestly, the cannot relate thing is not even about me being the toughest guy. It's just like this type of stuff I've been through.
Yeah, talking about your life.
Like, yeah, you can't not relate to this. A lot of the shit I have seen, it's not even the most gangster shit. Like, a lot of people don't know. Like, my father passed away from cancer. So like shit like that at a young age. And I mean, I'm pretty sure people have family members that lost you know, loved ones through cancer.
You know, it's crazy because my mom, she came very close.
Yeah, God, that's a blessing that she's still. Yeah,
she almost passed away from cervical.
God bless her. She's still alive. Definitely,
she survived and she's been in remission for years. But you know,
she's a strong woman. Bro.
Yes, I pray for honestly that should have something I would never wish on anybody. You're a sucker if you wish that on somebody. But shit like that, like, you know, dealing with that as a young age. Me and my older brother, when I put me on the rap, me and him have we share him as we share my father as. That's the reason why we're brothers.
Okay.
So we have different mothers and everything. And I say that just to be like, like.
Oh, okay. Oh,
yeah. So you see what I'm saying? Like, you know, like shit, like.
Yeah, share that.
We can't. Yeah, exactly. We can't. Yeah, exactly. We
like grief over your
dad.
Yeah,
same shit. Like me and my
yeah.
younger brother, we got the same parents, same mother, same father. But like when I met, the reason why I mentioned that for my older brother is just that, like,
it's 3 siblings. 3 of you.
Yeah, I'm the middle child. Yeah,
middle child. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mentioned that with my older brother because like we kind of we're still very close.
No
to
wonder you're so talented. The middle child.
Yeah. I get everything. You know, I get the good genes from.
We're gonna call it Tune in the Middle. Remember that show about the middle? You Tune in the Middle.
For those who can't see 2100, like, you know, physically no homo, but like you're already like athletic. You're already an athletic guy, you know.
Nell's gonna start making love.
It sounds like, you know, like nature. Like I get pussy with my father's feature, puff heavily.
I earned this right now. I earned this right now. Yo,
but you win
took hard work.
Yeah, I'm good, stocky.
Gotcha.
Let's make sure we tell all the female viewers.
He ain't having a whiskey in the system.
Describe me correctly.
You better fucking do that. Fuck that.
He's a lean stocky.
Yeah,
like,
you feel me?
He's a lean, mean fighting machine.
Show enough.
Show enough.
Definitely,
yeah. Yeah, yo, honestly, with your physique, like in Hollywood, you would make like a good,
I'll
like
good.
80s karate flick, like
That's
fucking
what I'm
niggas up. And shit.
Yeah.
Speaking about physique, you ever seen Nell do like a high kick?
Oh yeah. Oh, you saw me do a high kick?
He's a beast.
Yo.
When I'm like slimmer, I can kick higher. My reach is 6'5".
Yo, he's a big dude as it is. So imagine imagine Nelson in a fight, like. And then all of a sudden you see somebody high kick like that. Nah, you want none of that. Because you gonna feel all that peace that's coming your way.
My boy had beef, and we was outside. We like, yo, talking to the cats because I knew the cats, and I was like, yo, dude, it's my boy. He's one of my best friends, but I know you too. But you know, I don't want no static. And he kept acting up. So I'm like, yo, man, I told you to fall back, and I just like standing while talking to him. He was 6'4", the guy, and I slapped him in his face with a kick. And he was like, nah, I'm good, I'm out.
It's like, he don't want none of that. He don't want to feel none of that.
Damn, man, I know you could kick that high.
Yo, listen, Dylan White. If you listen right now, you got a free agent right now, man. Let you know right now.
They just calling me Nelly Leroy. Had a fucking blow.
Sometimes you gotta kick somebody, oh, man. Sometimes you gotta
Tune. So what you got lined up for the future, brother?
Yeah. So I'm definitely dropping the EP in the springtime.
All right.
I'm just working on getting the tracks together, get the visuals together.
Gotcha.
We had a photo shoot yesterday for my shit, Ron Apple. Yeah.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
So we're working on more colors. We got the green I got on. We got the ski masks. We got black as well.
I see them now.
Yeah. We definitely moving. We marketing everything. Right now, I'm the only artist on the label.
Okay.
But we have other things going. I hope y'all don't mind me plugging in the podcast I fuck with. But Gas Money podcast. That's on the Ron Apple. Gas Money.
Sure.
Yeah. So my boys Chubbs and AG along with me, they're running that as well. Okay. So we have that going. That's pretty much it. We just trying to stay focused, trying to push the brand. Trying to give something New York could be proud of, something Queens could be proud of, something that represents the culture the way it needs to be represented. So that's definitely what we got going. But I'm definitely gonna keep pushing the music and the videos and just trying to get heard, man.
But here, man, Don't Let the Round Table Podcast. We're always gonna support you, man. You know,
I appreciate
Yeah,
it,
man. Yo, as soon as you're ready for that EP, man, we'll definitely come back on the show. We'll promote the fuck out of that shit for real, bro.
Honestly, I appreciate what you guys got going on here. This shit is super dope.
Absolutely.
It's super dope. The whole the setup. I'm telling you, this shit is the one.
Of course, man. But you know what? But Tune,
he's an official. Like he tunes in all the
I
time.
know. Tune. I just want to say one thing though.
Yeah,
Tune. As a Queens brother. How disrespectful is none of those sweatshirt right now, bro?
You know what?
How disrespectful is it though? Why? How is it? Why is disrespectful to Queens?
Don't get me wrong. He has a lot of championship.
I know.
Energy.
I know, but it's disrespectful. He disgusts me right now. He got into my car earlier today with that sweater. I was like, yo, bro, I told him, yo, you about to walk to this podcast because you ain't going to take a ride in my car wearing this fucking sweater. You know what I'm saying? My brother's a Yankee fan. Fuck him too. I don't give a. He can listen to this shit. I'm going to tell him too. And it was his. And he's like, oh, destroy that shit. So I told my brother was like, yo, fucking Nell want to destroy my shit. I got my shit in Puerto Rico exclusive.
You know why I said that? Too? Because, you know, all the shit that he's talking right now, right? A real Mets fan would not allow a Yankee hat to stay overnight in the car.
It's my brother's shit, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, because he was like, yo, I left my shit in Pop's house. I got to bring it back. And, you know, I'm not going to destroy his shit. Even though I told him, like, I want to fucking burn it. I told him I want to burn it. Yo, he told me, he's like, yo, I'm gonna buy your son a Yankee jersey. I was like, yo, bro, do me a favor. Don't ever fucking do that shit, cause I'll burn this shit and I'll record it and send it to you. And he's like, yeah, you're right, because he wouldn't want me to send, if he had a kid, to give his kid a Mets fucking jersey, cause he gonna want to burn it too.
But look at me, like, I'm a New York sports fan, so I root for all New York teams. But I do have my preference, right? So in basketball, I like the Knicks better than the Brooklyn Nets.
I respect that.
In baseball, I'm on both fans of both, but I'm a Yankee fan first, and you know I do respect the Mets, if, you know, whatever. The Jets and the Giants. I go more for the Giants, but I also, you know, I always root for the Jets too. But if it had to come down to like when the Giants and the Jets are playing, I'm gonna go for the Giants. Same thing with the Yankees and the Mets. But if the Mets is in it, I'm going for the Mets because I rep New York. You know what I'm saying? On the other hand, this thing is a Mets fan, but he don't like no other fucking New York team.
I want to say this. Though. You know, it's like Kobe. You know, and when I was young, I was a big Tracy fan. So a lot of people, if you never really like followed the NBA, it was at one point it was McGrady fans versus Kobe fans.
Hell yeah.
And it was always a head-to-head.
And the funny thing is they were best friends. Like,
they were best friends, but they were rivals. Because you know, if they had an ESPN, interview with the both of them, and they were talking about how close friends they were, but how fierce rivals they were, and how much they really wanted to be better than the other. And when they played against each other, they would go at it because you know they were rivals in that way. And for me, it's like, you know, I was always a McGrady fan, but I will always fuck with Kobe fans because they will defend this dude to the death. And I will walk in like, yo, Kobe fucking sucks. You know, he's a fucking bum ass. They be like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Chill, chill. Kobe's the greatest. Fuck that shit. But I would do that shit to fuck with them.
I'll be on the same type of time.
Because too, you know, it's
the competitive nature.
And it's about arguing. It's like, what's up? And then, you know, and I always tell people like, yo, at McGrady's height, he was every bit as good as Kobe was.
He was.
And Kobe said it. He was like, yo, McGrady was bigger, stronger, more athletic than I was.
Yeah. Had he not gotten all those injuries, he would have been.
And people were like, "Nah, chill." Yo, Kobe didn't have a significant injury to year 17.
That's
And
crazy.
let's not forget,
Out of 20 years, 17.
Kobe also had Shaq.
Yeah. McGrady had Yao Ming.
Shaq left. He's still proving.
But McGrady had Yao Ming, but him
Michael
and Yao
has
Ming.
My thing, no, don't get me wrong. No, don't get me wrong.
Oh,
But see, the thing is with Mike, when Mike had Scotty, Mike
He
was
made Scotty, though, right?
Yeah, Mike is Mike.
But Shaq was Shaq.
Kobe was Shaq. Go look at them numbers.
Shaq
and
was
who
Shaq.
who had better stats.
But Kobe wasn't
Shaq
Kobe
was,
yet.
Shaq
Kobe
was
wasn't
more
Kobe
Batman.
yet.
Trust me, Shaq was
No,
more Batman.
yeah, so Kobe,
He was.
Shaq was Batman.
And that's why Kobe made
Shaq
the
was
Lakers make a
Batman.
decision though.
Kobe
'Cause
didn't
he's-
come up until later on.
because his competitive
Like,
nature, you know, a lot of people don't realize the shit about Kobe was that he didn't become the Mamba until he had his rape allegation.
Exactly.
And that's when things changed.
That's kind of like.
No, but he created.
I think what he's saying.
but he
is,
but listen.
The significance of him creating the Mamba.
No, but he did though. Because
I'm not gonna do a Gail King. I'm not. doing that.
No. But listen to me though. Listen to what I'm saying.
I see what you're saying. Like,
He wasn't guilty of it.
fucked up.
No, he wasn't guilty of it. But when he had the
But what he did wrong, I just-
but listen
I'm just
to
saying,
what I'm
he
saying
rebranded
though.
himself.
Listen to what I'm saying
The
though.
bookie's excited.
When he had the rape allegation, everybody turned on him.
Yeah.
Because if you know, I read about that shit.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, he wasn't
200,
guilty
let
of
them-
it.
let him intimidate
He wasn't
you.
guilty of it
He's a
because if
killer.
you look at the facts of the case, he wasn't guilty of it.
No.
He just happened to get. He probably got a little aggressive.
No, it
She
was
didn't like
consensual.
that. She didn't like that he got aggressive. And then he didn't, you know, and then she probably thought it was a money grab.
Right.
Yeah. it's
So
probably,
then,
yeah.
and then,
Yes,
but he wasn't. The reason why he didn't get convicted because he wasn't guilty of it.
He wasn't guilty. of it.
But in America,
But it was just-
when
it was a money
you
scheme.
when you have a rape allegation, it don't
Yeah,
matter
and
if the
it-
girl, if the female was
put you right
wrong.
on Front Street.
You're wrong. Period.
But
You're
then
a
when-
rapist.
But then when Kobe came out and said that why he's the one that always has to like protect his peers. So you think about that. The niggas, all them niggas were in on that shit.
Oh, hell yeah.
but
He took the rap. He
Yeah.
took the rap
That
for
was
it.
But listen,
Absolutely.
That was a cool
1,000%.
But listen,
Well,
That
yeah, I
statement was-
understand
yeah,
that.
But listen,
the
though.
fact is like this: if me and you, if us,
clap right there.
if
That's a
us
clap
four,
right there.
right? If us three, right? If let's say Chris Ryder's on a killing spree, we join him, right? We have to take the rap with him, right? We're associated with his killing spree, right? So it's the same thing. Kobe was like, "Yo, all y'all niggas was with me when this shit was happening."
But listen, now he before that Kobe was
Like
squeaky
that, huh?
clean. Kobe was viewed as squeaky clean.
Yeah.
So when he had
At
that
the time,
allegation, people turned on him.
they did.
So he was like, you know what?
Even
Fuck
his-
y'all. If y'all gonna turn on me and y'all gonna make me the bad guy, then I'm gonna be the bad guy.
yeah, because they were there with him when the shit happened.
Yeah,
They
but
knew
all
they
the
turned his
fans,
back. They didn't
everybody
say
turned
anything.
on Kobe.
No, even though like Shaq and them, they didn't help him. They
Yeah,
didn't, like,
but-
like I don't know what's going on. Like if me, 200, I swear to God, me and you in a car together, nigga, they pull us over, and you got some shit that I ain't know on you, but you right before the
That's
cops
it.
search us, you tell me, yo, no, man, my fault, fucked
So-
up. You my dude, bro. I'm gonna hold it down with you. Bro. I'm
Yeah,
not-
yeah. It's
I'm
up to
not-
me. It's up
Yeah,
to me
then
to tell
from
the
there-
truth.
Yeah, but that's what happened with Kobe. Like they were all together when the shit happened, and then he got framed for it, and then none of them niggas said anything.
But
None of them niggas said
so
anything.
then you know
he felt like betrayed us. So you know what? Fuck these niggas. Y'all ain't have my back. So y'all was with me.
So then everybody,
Is that
everybody
snitching? Is
turned
that
on,
snitching?
everybody turned on, all the fans,
Snitching is not
media,
good.
everybody turned on Kobe. So,
did
that,
a- he
so
did
that's
a-
when he changed his jersey to 24, and then that's when he implemented the Black Mamba mentality. So he's like,
Oh, yeah. Right.
so then he was like, you know what?
Yeah.
If everybody's gonna hate me, then I'm gonna give him a reason to hate
I'm
me.
gonna give
He
him.
lost-
the
he
better.
lost
That's when he
his Adidas deal.
transformed
Yeah,
into
better.
the fucking.
He lost
That's
his
when he
Adidas
shaved
deal.
his head, and then he became a killer. And that's when he was like, I don't give a fuck about nobody. I'm gonna kill.
Quick question though. Quick question. When you became a killer, did you shave your head too?
I can't.
You don't know. Hold on.
He said Kobe shaved his
Two.
head and became a killer.
Two.
All killers
let
shave
me ask
their
you a
head.
question.
I
Let me
remember
ask you
you
a
having a
question,
low
too.
Caesar before.
If you sit next to somebody that don't need no tools but a 6-inch knife, to get rid of you in pieces, why you don't continue to talk shit, bro?
Tell you don't.
Because you know I want to be
no,
a
right? But he continued to push the envelope all the time.
I want to be a martyr. I wanted to catch this motherfucker, bro. Like,
Leave me out right now, yo.
No, but you know that's the thing about Kobe was that he created the Black Mamba mentality. In a defense to protect himself from the backlash that was happening, and in that process, he created the legend.
Yeah, that you're right. You're right. That was the transition.
And that's what it was
being a
because
legend,
and that's why I was so pissed off at everybody like highlighting that case, but they didn't realize that case he wasn't guilty of it. Because if he was guilty of it, he'd have gotten convicted.
Yeah, exactly.
Yo, how many times having athletes got set up by chicks? Trying to say
and the facts of the case was that there was no case. And then
they did an out of court settlement just to shut the
because
bitch
they
up.
asked because Lisa Leslie was one of his closest friends.
Yo, when Gayle King asked her that question, that was fucked up. That was fucked up.
But you know what? But the thing with Gayle King was that she was put in an awkward position because at the end of the day, she still has to do a job.
But still, listen.
And they didn't reflect entirely.
I understand what he's saying, but what I'm saying is, if you're a prolific reporter, just like Gayle King, she's big time. CBS got to suck her pussy.
Thank you.
All day. You know what I'm saying?
That's honestly how I feel
she's a highlight, right?
But
so if I got a thing that you ask us to do this question, me being a black woman, knowing that this guy just passed away,
a tragic
he's
death.
A legend.
A tragic death.
I'm not gonna ask that question, or I'm gonna ask it in a different way. But she kept on pushing the envelope.
And Lisa Leslie said it. Yeah, like Kobe Bryant was probably they were like Kobe Bryant was one of the gentlest people
that's
ever.
Not part of his legacy.
But you think about it though.
That's some personal.
When that happened, Kobe Bryant was young. This woman threw herself at him.
She said that affect his legacy. How did that affect?
It didn't affect his legacy. Had
he been guilty? Yes.
I don't think Kobe. I think Kobe would have been a great player, but I don't think he would have been a legendary player. That didn't happen.
Nah. That didn't at all.
No, because if it wasn't for that, he wouldn't have had the Black Mamba. There was no Black Mamba before that.
At that point, he had 3 championships already, right?
Yeah, but he wasn't the Black Mamba though.
Yeah.
He was not the Black Mamba. He was not known. There was no Black Mamba before that.
Let's say that case didn't happen. How many championships would the Lakers would have had?
The same.
It would have ended at 3.
No, he would have had the same like he had when he ended his career.
I think he would have had more. If Shaq would have stayed together, no case.
You're right because that kind of. After his comment about the teammates, they made people leave the Lakers. They probably would have won more. You're right. What I'm saying is that didn't define his legacy because number one, he wasn't guilty of the charges.
Yeah. I don't think.
You know what I'm saying? They found out a lot of shit afterwards that it was a consensual situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The girl actually was scheming on him.
Oh
you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people. We all know this. That they scheme on the rich.
Yeah, of course.
Especially,
come on.
You gotta be kidding me. You won championships back to back. You're like one of the most famous people in the world. Any chick is gonna try to scheme
and you're Kobe Bryant. You Kobe Bryant.
Oh, the next big thing, the closest thing to Jordan. You know what I'm saying? He's already bigger than Shaq at that time. You know what I'm saying? He became Batman. You know what I'm saying? So,
I don't know.
Or Robin was like Jolly Joker's Batman. You know what I mean?
When I say Batman, I don't mean even. I just think Shaq was he was the beast.
He was.
Yeah, he was.
Shaq was a superstar.
I think he was the most. To me, he's the most dominant player of all time. To me,
the most dominant.
Oh, really? Wow.
Think about how big he's. 300-something pounds. Yeah. He's 7 feet tall. Don't think about Shaq TNT now, Shaq. Think about all muscle. Think about Shaq Diesel.
The podcast, right?
Think about Shaq Diesel. That's a big dude. All right. Don't get me wrong. I don't blame Kobe for playing with Shaq. You can't. That's good. The Lakers organization did a great job by putting them together. But
I would say that he was the most dominant center. Most dominant center.
Yeah, of course.
Pound for pound,
he
was.
Under the rim, yes. But the most dominant center all around was Olajuwon for sure.
Yeah,
because Olajuwon could shoot your lights out and fuck you up under the rim.
He had that hook shot that you couldn't defend.
Yeah, and he could move under the rim. Now Shaq Shaq was Shaq was purely strength and like brutality.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just like now, we want to talk about bully basketball.
That was
you're
it.
not guarding.
That was jail ball. Dead ass.
Yeah, you're not
Jail ball.
guarding Shaq. Like that's what the way I look at it. When I try to say you're the best player of all time, if we're playing 20 to 21, and like on the street 1-on-1. If you're not beating Shaq, it's impossible.
At his prime,
it's impossible. He's just too big. He's too big.
And people forget how athletic fucking Shaq was.
That's what
bro.
I'm saying.
We had the stories about Shaq. Though Shaq was like, he was so big and intimidating that, like, after games, sometimes, like, everybody be getting dressed to leave and shit. He was so big and intimidated, he knew you couldn't escape his parameters. And he would come out of the shower naked, just run towards you. He just jump on your ass with a fucking 20-inch cock.
Shaq is crazy.
Fucking, get off me, Shaq. It's fucking.
Crazy.
Oh my God. Anaconda.
We'll probably have to kick his ass.
You never heard about that
team,
shit?
Nah, if I was on Shaq's team, we just have to fuck him up for that.
That's Shaq though. Yo, you know what? You know what makes me laugh about Shaq though?
Shaq had a military
like Pops, right?
He will fuck your ass up with a judo chop. Imagine a 300-pound judo chop.
And this is like he's like a sheriff.
It's kind of like Nelly Nell in the hood. You know what I'm saying? With his fucking, with his high tick, his high kicks.
He knows how I get when
his high kicks.
When I get crazy.
Yo, we call it we call it fucking Cavassier now. He starts knocking on the table.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, and he'll make no sense when he talking.
Yeah,
yo, Tuna been around me when I get crazy. He be like, yo, no, you gotta.
Oh yeah, one time we chilled in the Bronx that time. That time we went to that pool hall. Yeah, that was a good time. It was a fun time.
You crazy, man.
Yeah, he's a turned up dude.
Oh my God, man, listen.
Yo, when no man serious, he be like, yo, listen. He be like, listen.
Yeah.
He goes, tú me entiendes. Yo, so I was having a conversation with him coming over here. He was mad serious. He made zero sense to anybody that was outside of New York. So I told Nell, like, yo, Nell, do you realize that the conversation we had, if I wasn't from New York City, from the hood, I would not know nothing what the fuck you were saying.
When you talking to your mans and
he goes, and he always goes.
All right, nah, you know what I mean? You know what
I'm saying? He goes, you know what I'm saying? And he goes. He always folds his hands. He goes. He's not playing because that's hood now. Like this is Nelly now, but hood now be like, yo, listen a bit, listen.
I'm about to play it.
Yo,
you know what I'm saying? You gotta understand right now, bro. You gotta take it easy right now. What I'm saying.
I didn't see
because if you don't do it, I'm gonna fuck you up. Okay.
He knows exactly what he see me in action.
Yeah, I see.
And I just be like this, like. Somebody about to get.
But 200. So just let our listeners know where they could catch your social media, your music, and all that. Give them the drop, like, of all your stuff.
Oh yeah. So obviously my name 2100. Basically, you can find me on all social media platforms. All social media platforms is TOON_1, the number 1 HUNNIT 100. Okay. You can catch me on Instagram. I'm on Twitter. You could type in my name on anywhere on Apple Music, Tidal, any not social media, any music platform. The same way, Tune space 100 HUNNIT. You could type in Rotten Apple Productions on any social media outlet. And you can find me through those them outlets right there.
Yeah,
I'll definitely pop up.
No, we're glad you came on the show, man. You're my brother. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you guys, man. Tell you,
we hit a independent movement. We're always gonna, push your
I appreciate you guys for real.
We're having a show soon. We want to go check out your man's podcast.
Yeah, please.
You could be just there, just to chill.
Nah, definitely. We'd love for y'all to pull up.
Whenever you got a photo shoot or video situation, let us know. You know what I'm saying? But listen. On the show, we have this trivia game that we play. It's called the Ferris Bueller Challenge. Are you willing to step up to the plate and do it?
Let me set up my line real quick.
So,
let's do it.
Do you want us? So, we give the guests an option of choosing what the questions are going to be about. Do you want us to do it about hip hop? About Queensbridge?
Oh,
we got to do Queensbridge because you're from Queensbridge, man. Let's do Queensbridge.
All right. So you know what? So let's do this. Let's go.
I can't go back home.
Let's go into a little tune of 200. Let's go back into Can I Relate? I want to hear that song one more time.
Let's do it. Run
we're
it
gonna
up.
play one more time, and then we're gonna come back with the Ferris Bueller challenge.
My dog.
All right?
Appreciate
you. Know.
Can I relate? Straight from the bottom. I don't know half of my story. Yeah. Ron Apple. I know you cannot relate. This money be all on my face. These bitches be all on my lap. I used to be in the trap, sneaking out with mom sleep. She texting me like, where you at? I was fighting a lot of pain. Now I'm in the back of the back. I know you cannot relate. This money be all on my face. These bitches be all on my lap. I used to be in the trap, sneaking out with mom sleep. She texting me like, where you at? I was fighting a lot of pain. Now I'm in the back of the back. I really be down in the trenches. Fiends fall asleep on the benches. Scared go get a weapon. Bullets will stop all the flexing. I ain't really with the dancing. See a man for romancing. Party bus to the Hamptons. All the fun, get your ass kicked. Get a gun and get raw. Gotta work with no jaw. 5 deep in that car. Riding Apple, we them all. Shirt off with my chains on. Color stone like I'm Thanos. In the field like I play golf. Throwing shots but you way off. I know you cannot relate. This money be all on my face. These bitches be all on my lap. I used to be in the trap, sneaking out with mom sleep. She texting me like, where you at? I was fighting a lot of pain. Now I'm in the back of the pack. I know you cannot relate. This money be all on my face. These bitches be all on my lap. I used to be in the trap, sneaking out with mom sleep. She texting me like, where you at? I was fighting a lot of pain. Now I'm in the back of the pack. Stuff the weed inside a backwood. Chop cheese, yeah, I'm that hood. Niggas know that I'm that good. Still grinding when the game look. Stay your ass off Facebook. If we like it, get your chain took. Shorty in the kitchen, probably bitchin' cause she hungry. She know that I ain't cooked. Off the Henny, I got mood swings. Get tired like shoestrings. Pulled up in a new thing. Same car as Bruce Wayne. Scoop downs like loose chains. Move on to new things. Guitar, I pull strings. Fast car in 2 lanes. I know you cannot relate. This money be all on my face. These bitches be all on my lap. I used to be in the trap, sneaking out with mom sleep. She texting me like, where you at? I was fighting a lot of pain. Now I'm in the back of the pack. I know you cannot relate. This money be all on my face. These bitches be all on my lap. I used to be in the trap, sneaking out with mom sleep. She texting me like, where you at? I was fighting a lot of pain. Now I'm in the back of the pack.
Warning. You are about to experience the original party mixer. John Tavar Entertainments. DJ John Tavar. Now, the mix.
We're back, you know what I'm saying? Hey, Nell.
Another music in the background, man.
I'm sorry. Hold on.
Yeah, you already know, man. The Nothing Round Table podcast. We're back, man, with 2100 in the building.
Yes, sir, baby. You know what I mean?
Before we get into the serious Billy challenge, we actually got so, in tune with 2100 that we actually didn't even speak about the topic of the day. Well, the topic of the day was meditation. So let's just chime in a little bit about the meditation part. So meditation for me is when you kind of bring yourself down to the basic essence of who you are spiritually, and you take time to really analyze who you are as a spirit and everything that affects you on a daily basis. And you kind of woo-saw and you take everything that you went through and everything that you're trying to be about and everything that you want to be about and reflect on it and kind of like meditate and try to make the best out of it, whether it's for the good or the bad. Some people use meditation for good and some people use meditation for bad. So for instance, like when I meditate and I reflect on what happened to me during the day, right? And I'm like, okay, how can I fix those things? And then I try to see a positive future. And I'm like, you know what happened today doesn't matter because I have a positive future. And I intertwine those two things and I just woosah. And I spend literally like 5 or 10 minutes on my own with no noise, no nothing. Just me thinking about future thoughts that I want them to manifest in my life. So meditation, 200, to our listeners and your fans out there, when you meditate, do you practice the process of meditation? Do you practice that?
Yes, actually I do. It's something I just brand new got into maybe about a year ago. I heavily got into reading, and one thing that was suggested was like you definitely should meditate. And so basically when I got into meditating, like you said, I just make sure I dedicate about 15 minutes to yourself, or basically, just keeping putting your thoughts together and clearing your thoughts, clearing your mind. Because being that we from such a hectic city where everything goes on, you gotta find that time. Exactly, you gotta take that time and being in the hustle and bustle of like you gotta work. And you got your own business on the side that you probably gotta come with. You gotta be able to separate the thoughts of work and like actually your business. So a lot of times when I take that meditating time, that's to switch myself over to me being the entrepreneur, or me like calming down, like slowing down for the day. You feel me? Because when you switch gears, like you kind of like you move too fast sometimes. You feel me? Like when you switch gears, so sometimes you need that 15 minutes to be like, you know what? Like you said, let me gather my thoughts. Let me make sure the way I'm thinking is fully manifesting and helping me manifest what I'm trying to move forward to. So that's kind of when I moved into the meditating. It's like, take your time, bro.
Got you.
Okay. Right. Make sure you step right.
200, get a clap for him, man.
Man.
JT is slow on the clap for
right, man. You gotta meditate. Meditate. Clear your mind.
That's right.
I'm glad that you actually do that. You know what I'm saying? Because me and you speak a lot about like life shit. You know what I'm saying? The personal tip off the air. You know what I'm saying? Because me and you know each other off the air and shit. So the fact that you cleanse yourself mentally and spiritually, and you be like, you know what happened today is not who I am. It's just shit that happened. Let me refocus on what I need to do, and you let all the bullshit out, and you get refocused. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I can say from personal experience, from knowing you, that you actually do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've spoken to you, but no, I'm out of here today, man. But you know what I'm saying? Like, tomorrow's a different day, but I left all that shit behind.
Exactly.
You tell me that shit all the time, bro.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the things that I never told you probably in person. I'm gonna tell you now, live on the air.
Speak out now.
As you know, you being my brother, you know what I'm saying? Just being a human being, like one of the things that I admire about you, and the fact that that's one of the reasons why, like, I'm so close to you in the sense,
Appreciate it,
because I know who you are as a person, and I respect that about you. That you're the type of dude that you never give up. And you always be like, there's another tomorrow.
Day, man,
You know what I'm saying? Tomorrow's different, and you always have that positivity in you. to actually, like, you know what I'm saying, continue to strive, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, appreciate
and I
it, my
respect
brother.
that about
Nah,
you. And I love you for
appreciate
that,
it, man.
brother.
Nah, thank you, my
Clap right
brother.
there. That's a clap right there. That's a clap.
The feeling's definitely
Genuine,
mutual,
like, I
brother.
mean, very genuine, like, I mean, it's
Yeah,
real talk now,
Thank you,
like, yo,
my
come on, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate it.
For, you
man.
for the listeners that, you know, don't really, you know what I'm saying, you know how 2-100 look, you know what I'm saying? He's a big guy, you know what I'm saying? Like 6'3", 200-something pounds, you know, lean. You know
How much you weigh, though?
what
How
I'm
much you
saying?
weigh?
Like 250.
But he's lean.
Right.
Lean.
He's a lean, mean,
And
fighting
you know what I'm
machine.
saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, it's not about, you know, you could be like an intimidating force physically, you know what I'm saying? But you can't let that define you. And honestly, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this guy, like, if you see him in the streets, you'll be like, oh shit, he's a fucking, he'll body slam and choke me out, which he probably could do if you fuck with him. What I'm saying is, he doesn't let that define him.
That's
He's
a
a human
fact.
being at the end of the day.
That's a fact. That's a
You know,
fact.
he's a human being at the end of
Don't
the
run
day,
up on
and
me.
he's a very humble dude. That, you know,
Very,
he's about
yeah.
his business. He's about being genuine and being
Yeah, you gotta
there
be
for
real.
everybody,
Gotcha,
and,
yeah.
and being an actual human being, and knowing that he's
appreciate
here for a purpose, whether it's his personal purpose or a purpose of a bigger picture.
Yeah.
He does that all the time, and I see it in you, bro, all the time.
I
bro.
appreciate it, man.
I just
I
want to let
appreciate
you
it,
know
man.
that, you know what I'm saying?
That's
Got
real
your back
official
for
you to
life,
say
kid.
that,
You know what I'm saying?
That's real official to say that,
okay.
man.
I'm a Hatton
Feeling
nigga, bro.
The feeling's definitely mutual, my brother.
Oh,
Definitely
man,
mutual,
this
man.
is, oh, my God, listen. Yo, are you down with a freestyle or no?
Shit, let me see if I can
What
get
beat?
something out. You want to try to beat or something?
How about the money, power, respect shit?
Yeah, throw it on. You can throw it on.
Oh shit! It's funny because he wasn't really good doing it, but like he
Yeah, I
put
guess I
pressure.
could do it, yeah.
Hold on. Let's do that Brooklyn shit right now.
Let me think about code something.
2-100, baby.
Let's go. Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
Let me see if I can get something together.
You like that beat? You want to switch
Switch
it
it
up?
up just a little bit, yeah.
All right,
That's what I got in my
let's
head
do a
right
Queens,
now.
but you know what? Earlier he spoke about that band from TV shit.
Huh?
Okay, that band from TV shit.
Oh shit, yeah. Let's see what that one is. Let's see what.
Let's
Throw that
throw
on.
it
Yeah,
on.
let's see how I feel about that one.
Because he said he liked Nori was your favorite verse on it, right?
Yeah,
That's fucked up. You like the left rack nigga shit over Nature. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I had to. Come
Where's
on,
Nature
man.
from? He's from Queens.
Nah, Capone is from Queensbridge, but I don't know where Nature's from. Capone wasn't on that record though, but Capone used to fuck with.
Cormega, he's from Queens, right? No?
Yeah, he's from Queensbridge.
Fucking now dropped him on the firm album. He put Nature on. No, he put Nature on. He put Nature on. Yeah. What the fuck ever happened to Foxy Brown, bro? Damn.
She went deaf in one there.
Yeah.
That's what happened, right?
She was a real nice DR girl.
You know Queensbridge. Nature.
Oh, see? Remember that shit? She had she had a track there. It was one of my favorite tracks of all time. Like, I'll be listening to that shit and be like, yo, you look.
She was on Uchiwali, right?
Uchiwali?
Foxy, isn't Foxy on Uchiwali?
Nah. Uchiwali, Uchi Bang Bang.
Nah, she don't got a verse on that.
I don't think so. Oh, let's put that. You want that? Uchiwali?
Nah, we can fuck with
Band for TV?
Yeah, we can do that one.
Yeah, yo, shout out to Nina. You already know. I think
Bruh.
Nina's tuning in.
My bad,
Listening
bruh.
to Nina.
Oh, we can fuck with this one. We could do this one. Fuck it. I got it.
Yeah, shout out to Nina. I think she tuned in. Nina.
Nina's on?
Yeah, I think she tuned in. Yo, Nina, shout out to you, man. You killed it today, bro.
Hey, shout out to Nina.
The event
I'm gonna need that raise. Let me get level 3, man.
Yeah, you got some good news coming up. I don't know.
We can keep this beat though.
You gonna tell me about the good news soon?
Real. So let's give him real. I'm like that. Fuck it. I'm gonna do this one. I can do this one.
You wanna do this
I'm gonna do this one.
Alright, so bring it back, Jay. Bring it back. That same beat. Hold up, Jay. Hold up.
Cool.
Then bring it back.
Give him real.
Jay. JT. Bring back the same beat. A band for TV, nigga.
I'm
Want
like,
this beat?
I just want me to just fuck with this one right here. Just one is back.
Repeat it. You got hype, nigga. Listen to that shit.
And I'm not even a freestyler like that. So
man, don't worry about it, bro.
Let's see how this shit go.
To 100. I stay 100. 100.
Miles are running.
You just tune into tune. You already know DJ ain't no fucking
niggas don't want it.
Yeah. That was a bumness. He thinking he could rap, but he's a fronter.
Take that Yankee hoodie off.
Cause he not here rapping with 2-100.
Facts, 2-100.
I can't spit, but I know how to Write a script.
He don't want this smoke, especially when I got these balls.
He said me,
Wait.
fuck me balls home. You already know. Then at the round table show, woo, chill. JT can't even focus.
He's taking too long with this beat. Run that back.
You gonna fuck around and get nervous.
Run that back. Remember that Nas shit? Run that back. Run that back.
Go check what he's doing all day, Chris Ryder, man. He chopped this nigga's hand off.
I can rap from this part on.
Skype, nigga, what the fuck you doing?
Niggas
Niggas on Skype.
Nigga digging on Skype.
Wow,
You want to face?
Nah, but yo, you know what? Yo, fuck it. Just freestyle now, because it keeps running.
Fuck it.
I love that concept, though. You're right about that.
What?
Yeah.
You think?
200. Make it simple, make it quick. You want real? Cool. Let's give him real. When my dad died, I cried a million tears. The first couple months felt like a million years. I don't speak on it, but the feeling's there. Yeah, so don't ask me how I feel, niggas. There's too much women, and I don't feel you niggas. While I'm in the booth, y'all in the field, nigga. I'm working hard, just trying to be real with you. Shit, so let me be real with you. Fuck, there, hold on.
Okay,
let me be real with you.
Keep going, man.
Shit, let me be real with you. Let me be real with you. Hold on. Damn. Let me see if I can find something I was talking about.
Man, for TV, put that shit on, Jay. I want to hear him spit TV. Let's go.
I really can't believe niggas I be freestyling.
Got that shit last week, nigga.
Gotta kill the nerves.
Let me look for it.
Focus on man. Damn, this nigga put up some shit, man. God damn.
Bad for TV, gotta look for it.
Fuck it. I'm really trying to think of some shit outside. My mind, I'm chilling and shit. About to hit an island with a bad little bitch. With a bad little trip. I need all the money I could get. Flows, you know what I'm saying? I'm in a lot of shit. Fuck it. So I'm chilling on the. Fuck, I can't fuck. I ain't gonna hold that. Gotta make sure my niggas is here. You gotta eat at the round table. You know where the dinner's at. Flows from Atlanta, I just wearing my winter hat. Scully on, cause you know it is winter time. Fuck it. All my niggas good at nines, I'm 10 and 9s. You know how it is, man, I'm feeling fine. Niggas, man. I can't even hold you, man. I ain't even gonna hold you. I'm
Come on, man. You got it.
I gotta think of some shit. I think it's threw me on the spot. I ain't nothing prepared. Ain't nobody got no bars for me, so I can spar with somebody.
Chris Ryder, good. Chris Ryder, good.
Let's see. First time.
Let's go.
Life's a cross, projected by your remorse. What's the point of failure? If you can't learn from your fuck.
Alright,
hold on, let me go again. Alright. Life's a course, projected by your remorse. What's the point of failure? If you can't learn from your behavior. I always try to succeed to the best of my degree. Never tied down, that's how your mind stays free. I always said the best comes in threes. The fight, the struggle, the win. That's how I become a better man ever since. Willing to reach new heights, learn from each transgression. Moral victories, kept to boost my progression. I climbed the ladder of greatness. I'm always striving to be the best I can be. It's the only way to grow, it's the only way to flow. Life's a bitch, that's the greatest line AZ ever told, but it's in my trials that victory is obtained. Everyday life is filled with strife, creating warriors and making. I'm always. That's it.
Go for that. Let's go.
Pull up the spot. Let's go. Go ahead.
Come on, baby.
Let that shit run around with someone. I got you. That shit about to flow right now. Yeah.
Let's get it.
Yeah.
And by the way, that's the first time I ever spit on dinner at the round table.
For them blue faces, I'm putting the ski mask over mine. Ain't going back to shit, it's dinner time.
Oh, what?
It's all fun and game, but you gotta call his mom.
Okay.
That's only 100 times. Headshot, let his mind wander. Them cold winters, leave the hot summers. Don't do too much walking into the bushy runners. These niggas straight, man, they don't kick each other with the freaks at. Where them hoes go? I'm sitting playing on ass, I need more of those.
Ooh. Okay. Let's go. Chris Ryder, come on, baby. Oh my God, listen. We're on the zone right now, baby. You're on the zone right now, baby.
Yeah.
Come on, baby.
Yeah.
We're on the zone.
Really be down in the trenches.
Whoa.
Them fiends sleep by the benches. Yeah, you better get a weapon. Them bullets stop all the flexing. I ain't really with the dancing. See your man for romancing. Party busting to the Hamptons. All the fighting gon' get your head knocked off. The front as we know your block's off. Fuck it, niggas chillin' like a block off. Niggas hands up like a taco. Flows with man, I'm telling you. I just throw them out to
It's freestyling though.
Yeah, right to head shit.
Let's get it, let's get it.
I take shots at who I feel like. Put the fear in God on who I feel like.
Chris Ryder.
I push them to take action so I can feed off their reaction. Once I'm ready to strike, I have no conscience to leave my foes unconscious. I'm taken to a place where I lift the floor up from their subconscious. My goal's to trap them in the mindset. Keep my niggas on sight, it's the only right. I try to leave them gassed up. Once I'm ready to drop a gen on them like I'm some Mom Deep shit. Disrespectful enough to take a shit on them. Fuck your mind up, ready to collapse so it can be awakened. It ain't your fault you can't accept what's real. But it's crazy to lose your ability to feel from reality and accept the insanity engulfing your cerebral. That's marked by darkness and some evil shit. Making your way like a weasel after being awakened to the shit that drive you shake. The fuck? That's some other shit.
Man, nah, I'm supposed to.
That's some shit, that's some other shit. But
whoa. Hey. Come on, baby, come on. Do it over now, baby. It's on you right now. It's on you, baby. Let's go.
I'm gonna get it.
I'm gonna get it. Put it down a little bit. Yeah, check it out.
Jumping like a Jordan. Alright, bro, let's get it. Actually, you can turn it up just a little bit, though. You can turn it up just a little bit.
Right there.
My bad, just a little bit more.
Bridge.
Yeah, turn that shit up.
Yeah.
Let's
get it, baby.
Man, you can just turn up mine just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. I'm telling you, I'm feeling it now. Yeah.
That's good?
Yeah, fuck, I'll go right with that. Shit, they heard I'm blowing up. Phone jumping like it's Jordan. Airplane mode every time I start recording. Airplane mode, Louis luggage when I'm boarding. Airplane mode, I might miss the whole August. Shit, I might just ghost on you niggas. Shit, I'm better than all of you niggas, Surrounded by all these women, I got 2 niggas. Don't be asking for no pictures, I won't pose with niggas. She ain't looking like it got baptized. Her booty on it, only date black guys. Hands on the back. What about?
That's what That's it right there. Just keep on going. That's it right there.
I'm gonna get this one out.
Get it off.
I'll get this one off.
They tuning in.
I'll get this one
Hey,
off.
listen. Get this. You got this, baby. Come on, let's go. I'm putting all my money behind you, heard? Let's go.
That's a fact. So niggas don't want to be fucking with that freestyle and shit like that.
You know, man.
I'm more of a songwriter.
Bro, just do it like if you had 24 hours to live, you heard?
Yeah.
Let that shit drop, you heard?
That's right. You know what? My bad. You can turn it up just a little bit more on my shit.
Yeah, turn it up a little bit more.
About
It's about to drop right now.
Go. See, they heard I'm blowing up. Phone jumping like it's Jordan. Airplane mode every time I start recording. Airplane mode, Louis luggage when I'm boarding. Airplane mode, I might miss the whole August. I might ghost on you niggas. Shit, I'm better than all of you niggas. Surrounded by women, can't get close to you niggas. Don't ask for no pictures, I won't pose with you niggas. Chain looking like it got baptized. Her booty only on eyes. Shit, I ordered curry chicken with the pad thai. You heard Ryan Apple, yeah, that's mine. Shit, I did it on my own, no cosign. I'm a quarterback, sneak on the goal line. Shit, we say we both single, but we both lying. She say you won't When they won't try, shit, they blowing up my phone when I'm back in the city. Too many hoes in the shit might get put up in the towns. I'm just trying to hit me. Tell these little bad hoes come to fuck with me. I'm all up in the city. Drop top, you see me out in front of understand be about Queensbridge in the bit, you know, be about. Yeah. See me riding up, see the city's out. Man, my chain hanging. Shit. Games with it. Games with it, baby.
200, man. I would say, yo, you do your thing, brother. Yo, listen, man. You do your thing, you know what I'm saying? You ain't coming prepared for this. We just threw it on you, bro. Threw it on you, but you already know we're about to do this first Billy Challenge. You know what I'm saying? Team it up, man. You got that? First Billy Challenge, the real beat.
Yo, I'm gonna just say this right now. 200 got me fucking freestyling and rapping on my head. That's the first time. Yo, but
the funny thing is, you got him inspired to do something other than cutting meat, which is dope.
Nah, but I've been like, I actually have some shit that I have right here, but I'm actually gonna battle.
You got a shank?
Nah, not in a battle. But I'm actually, this is actually a debut. Like a sneak peek to part 4. It's a sneak peek to part 4.
I'm glad I could be a part.
You know what it is? I just gotta learn how to like.
Yo, check it. Check it.
You definitely put me on my comfort zone and actually help. You know, and that's good that you know you want to.
Yo,
feed up somebody to help you out.
Yo, I don't care if you shank me. I don't care if you cut me, cause I know that I'm a martyr and I'm gonna die, so they can fucking catch you. You fucking killer. You fucking meat butcher. You already know. You're a fucking meat cutter. Cutter.
Cut it.
But you're bloody Ethan. I don't give a fuck. You know I'm Ethan. Who the fuck is Ethan? I'm not sure. But anyway, we're gonna do first Billy Challenge.
Go to the first Billy Challenge. You're banned from rapping.
Nobody know, man. Yes, I am.
He tried to get me, but it was happening.
Is that the right one?
Let's go. Yeah. Go.
Then at the round table.
Oh my God.
First Billy Challenge.
200 in the building.
Yeah. Let's get it.
Don't be nervous.
Not at all. Freestyling is over. Ain't no more nervousness.
So this is where. What's the level? So that aspect is kind of high, brother.
Oh my God. This is where experts come to die.
Right there, bro. Okay, right there. Alright, first Billy Challenge. Been on the Round Table Podcast.
Experts come to die.
This is where we test your craft.
Yes.
You gotta get 10 questions.
Always.
You gotta get 7 out of 10 right.
That's right,
now,
baby.
If you fail, the butcher might cut you outside.
Maybe.
But if you win,
but 200, you're a good nigga, and Nell's the only one I'm gonna cut.
I appreciate it.
Always. I would never do that. Only Nell gets that treatment. 6 blade.
You only go for animals.
I have a sharpening stone specifically with Nell's name on it.
So 200, you have to get these questions right. Your listeners and your fans are counting on you.
Let's do it. Let's get it right.
Okay, here we go.
Go ahead.
On Nas's first album cover. I sound like an Irish guy from Boston. On their first, the Elmatic cover. What was the cover? What was the picture on the cover? Oh yeah, buddy.
The block that it was the block that he was on was burning.
Okay, so you got that right. That was the easy one. I give you that one.
Yeah,
you're my cat.
You're my nervous. You made me a little nervous.
Oh yeah, buddy.
That's right.
These Queensbridge questions, man. I gotta go back home after this, man. Yeah, I gotta get these right.
Oh my God.
That's kind of loud. What's the volume on it?
So we 1 for 1, people.
Is it 50?
We 1 for 1.
I said 50, nigga. Fucking JT, man. Damn. Excuse the professor.
So, I have a question for you. On this line, a legendary career was born. And here we go. Life's a bitch until you die. That's why you get high. Cause you never know when you're gonna go.
Honestly,
hold on, wait. Stop right there. Put the volume down a little bit, JT. Alright, I got you. Question, hold up.
Alright. That's what I'll tell you. Life's a bitch.
It created a career because he wasn't even thinking about rapping until he said that line, and that line birthed a career.
Can I answer yet, man? I'm glad you said this because a lot of people don't appreciate AZ as much.
They don't know he's so underrated. He's the most underrated rapper ever. AZ is one of my.
He's one of my favorite, and I'm gonna jump off the ledge and say that AZ and Nas duo is my favorite duo of all time.
But you already answered the question though. You know who it was already though.
You feel me? I had to, but you got you. Everybody
Ask the question one more time,
So, this rapper, right? What was his name? Where this line, and it was a freestyle line. He wasn't even supposed to be in the booth, but the beat came on, and he was in there vibing like an artist does, and you know this shit. And he went in there and he spit one of the greatest lines in the world. Life's a bitch and then you die. That's why we get high.
Oh, where
you never know when you're gonna go.
Oh, who's that though? Who's that?
Come on, man. The first letter of the alphabet and the last letter.
Oh my God!
Where's he from though?
My nigga Anthony Cruz.
Brooklyn, baby.
Oh man, you clap right there, man. Come on, man.
And his whole career
Oh
was
my
birthed
God, yo.
off that line.
That I didn't know.
And he didn't even know he wanted. He wasn't looking for a deal. He wasn't trying to be a rapper. But he was in the booth with Nas, and he went in the booth, he spit that line, and Nas fed off of that. And it birthed a legendary career. One of the most underrated, legendary rappers ever.
To this day, I listen to Sugar Hill Gang. Like, that's my favorite.
JT.
That's one of my favorite.
JT, your turn, brother. Let me ask you the
Honestly,
question. This is a hard one.
All right. Queens though, I mean, honestly
I
though.
want people to help me with this question.
No, you can't
You on that live, help me with the question.
You can do so the Instagram live people. You guys can give them the answer to this question. You
Help me.
he has a phone call, a lifeline.
Come on, Chubb. I see you on that, Chubb. Help me out with that one.
So you got
Oh, my
buddy.
God.
Let's go.
Listen, Tribe Called Quest. Tribe Called Quest, right? Honestly,
yes,
what was the biggest record?
Oh yeah, buddy.
Well, I would say, isn't that Benita Applebaum? That's not one. That's not her biggest one. That's not his biggest one. Oh, their biggest one. Benita Applebaum. I gotta put you on.
Look at JT got the smile. Like,
Which one y'all got is the biggest one? Because it makes
Check the rhymes out. Check the rhymes out. Check the rhymes.
He's already arriba. That's why he couldn't
So
get
what
the
is the
volume
biggest
correct.
record?
No. Check the rhymes.
So that was right?
No,
You got
it wasn't.
I would think Benita Applebaum.
Wait, is that the same song?
No.
It's not, okay.
No, check the rhymes though.
Should we Google it and make sure?
Verify it though.
Verify it. So this right here, go with the question in the meanwhile. Okay, I got a question. What year did Illmatic drop?
If I'm not mistaken, 96.
No,
97.
Hell no.
Hold on, I'm wrong?
You're super wrong.
Way wrong, bro.
When it dropped then?
Listen, 94, bro.
94, baby boy.
94, bro.
My fault.
You got one question wrong. The other one that he asked you is still under judgment because he's in the Arriba moment. We're trying to figure it out. Let me see.
I got one though. I got a question though.
Indirectly right now.
In Shook Ones, there's a sample in the beginning.
Oh, okay.
What did Havoc use for the beginning of Shook Ones? What sample did he use? Word up. What was the? He said it though. What was the sample that he used
All right.
in the beginning of Shook Ones?
Think about this. Hollywood, right? They had a sound guy, right? So whenever you heard ding, 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 there was always a guy really doing the ding, 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 right? So Havoc implemented that into the songs. So that. What do you think it was?
What was it?
Oh my! He just gave me the answer. You just gave him the answer.
Yeah, you definitely did. You know what's funny? I definitely said the interview.
I fucked up.
This nigga was your lifeline right now.
Answer it.
Answer it. Thank you, Jay.
Project Stove. There's a Project Stove when you
Hold up. You know why I know he did that?
What?
Because
so bad.
He's making up for the last question. Because he doesn't even know that.
Damn, Jay, man, you fucked it up.
I'm still upset.
Boy, it up, son.
All right.
Jay came out.
So, Mobb Deep had a song on Hell on Earth called Drop a Gem on Me. Drop a Gem on Him. Who was that song dedicated to? Who they have beef with? Big time.
Who Mobb Deep had beef with?
That and who that song was dedicated to.
I remember who Mobb Deep had beef with. I hope this is the right answer. Wait, can I ask you what year this album came
Okay,
out?
wait. The person who they had beef with had a song that he dissed Mobb Deep about his sickle cell anemia.
Tupac.
Yes, you got it right, brother.
Oh, shit.
I didn't make it as easy as
Mobb Deep had, y'all remember True Life?
Yeah.
I was gonna go with that eventually. I thought I asked for the year.
I got one.
Yeah, that's how big Mobb Deep was. They had beef with Tupac.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Say this.
All right, so going back,
Benita Applebaum was
he
top,
was
right?
right. The Benita Applebaum
Come on, man.
was the
Shout out to
biggest
Queen,
song
man.
the Tribe Called Quest had. He was right.
I'm telling you, Benita.
John Tavares was wrong.
I got one for
Hold on.
We cannot listen. We cannot ask questions that we don't know the answers to.
Check the line to me.
I got a question for you. I might fuck him up. On Illmatic, there was a track that DJ Premier did that Nas didn't know. That Nas didn't know how to start, and they were in the studio having a hard time with it. And Nas didn't know how to start it. What track was that?
You got 4 out of 4 already.
Yeah.
Which one you missed? Wait. Which one did you miss?
Illmatic.
Back to
But it was a DJ Premier beat, and he was in the studio, and they talked about it. Nas didn't know how to start it. What was the name of the track?
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
How many beats did DJ Premier make for that album? Like how many
He made a lot.
He made a lot. I mean, he produced a lot of it, but he didn't produce all of it. Q-Tip had some tracks on it too, but
yeah, that's what.
But Nas was But what track was it?
I'm gonna go to one of my people. It's on this nigga. You said a Nas album, right?
It was Illmatic. It's on Illmatic, produced by DJ Premier. He didn't know how to start the track.
Is it Quiet Storm?
No.
I knew this nigga's dead ass wrong, nigga. You dead ass wrong.
No, it wasn't.
That shit ain't even on there.
You want me to give you the answer?
Yeah.
It's NY State of Mind.
Yeah.
In the beginning of it, when they were recording it, he goes, I don't know how to start this, man. And then he went in. It's actually recorded. Yeah, Premier kept it because it sounded so hot. He goes, when it drops, he goes, I don't know how to start this, man. And then he just went in. Life I be kicking. Yo, and DJ Premier was talking about it. Nas was having a difficult time in the booth with this track. And then he was like, and then you hear it in the recording, he's like, he's frustrated. He's like, I don't know how to start this, man. And then he just went in.
I was thinking about when you said Illmatic. I was thinking about Q-Tip and how they talked about the process. How Nas came up with One Love.
One Love. Yeah.
That's all I was on him. That's one of my favorite songs about you.
So real quick. Run DMC. They got signed. They had an inside person. Who was that inside person? They helped them sign.
Was it
Run DMC?
Russell Simmons?
Yes, damn, you got it, bro. Shit.
I can't find y'all niggas. Y'all thought it was something. That was easy.
All right, real quick.
I got an easy one for him.
Please, but I'm
like, Which rapper song was titled "The Bridge Is Over"?
Oh, come on, man.
I had to give him that one. But you know what? But listen, even still, not a lot of people know that it was KRS-One. A lot of people would know that.
Okay, so a follow-up question: who was that song to? The Bridge Is Over.
MC Shan.
Woo, baby, you got it. All right, so you got 7 out of 8 so far. We got 2 more questions. What was Nas's birth name?
Nasir Jones. Come on, son. Yo, you see how nervous I'm
You got it, man.
Yo, stop it, man. Yo, listen.
Don't mean some hard. Some hard bullshit.
Queensbridge, for all my Queensbridge niggas that I was up top with, you already know. You should be proud of my nigga.
Yeah, I'm trying, man. I got
man. You already know. Lethal Assassin.
Okay.
LA.
We on now. We on what? 6? What's up?
There's 8.
8
2 more.
Oh wait, I got a hard one.
Yeah.
JT, no, let JT.
I know, right? Listen. Lost
You know the
Boys.
answer to.
I know,
Lost
right?
Boys?
Of course I know, man.
Oh, the Lost Boys, Mr.
Y'all
Cheeks.
giving me the whole queen.
I see that, right?
Let's do it.
Who was the lead singer? Lost Boys.
Oh, my son, Mr. Cheeks, right?
God damn.
That was not easy.
I
This is not part of the trivia. This is a random question. Go ahead. Mr. Cheeks had a girl that died in the song. You did a song about her. What is it?
Come on, son.
I got one.
You got me jazzing right now, man. Come on, man.
I don't feel better about
That was
myself.
the part. That was the part. You got one more question.
Who drafted Made World Peace?
What team?
What team drafted?
Chicago Bulls.
Oh, you got it.
Oh, fuck that. Fuck that.
Yeah,
what was his name originally?
Ron Artest.
Oh, that's easy.
God damn, bro.
All right, you been at the rock.
Bro, what college was it? What college?
St. John's.
God
Come
damn.
on,
Go,
son.
baby. Come on, man. Yo,
Red
listen,
Storm.
man. Take
That's
the
what I'm
music.
telling
Take the
you.
first. Stop the music, brother.
I do. I can't believe
You
it.
stop the music.
That
JT.
shit wrong, man.
Yo, what you conversing on? You went to what? I thought it was. Let's head to
About
what?
the Pacers, and I was like,
Nah, it wasn't.
I was like,
He was most famous because he had the Malice in the Palace.
yeah.
I thought it was gonna fuck you up for a
That
second.
from Real One was a good
Stop the
one, and
music.
that Illmatic Year was a good one.
All right, yo,
Fuck me
listen.
up,
To 100, my brother from
Yes,
another
yes,
mother, bro.
yes, sir, yes,
you
sir.
just killed it. You're a master of your craft.
Yes,
about your hood, about hip hop.
Thank you, feel
You
me?
killed it, bro.
Appreciate you.
You only, honestly, they got one wrong, and JT almost made me feel like you
right.
had another wrong.
That Benita
But you knew it, bro. You got it, bro.
Yo,
This ain't even another answer.
Take that, bro.
Because he gave me the sample of the shook ones.
And you know what's crazy?
He gave me the sample of the shook ones.
I saw that interview. I don't know why it slipped my mind. Maybe because I'm nervous.
Because that fucked you up. That fucked you up in the NY State of Mind.
Yeah, I can't front. That was a super good question. I'm gonna listen to Illmatic all the way through. And then I gotta get my shit right with that.
Yeah, you got you.
It's crazy because, you know, like, I never had to really, like, question, you know, my co-host is like, and, like, I'm like, yo, I gotta, you know, like,
But yo,
the song that he was saying that was number 1 was actually number 4.
Get out of here. Take the bomb, really?
Yeah, look, right there. This is right there. Look.
Take the bomb.
1, 2, 3, 4.
God, you know what? It's all about perspective.
You know, honestly, to me, I thought the World Tour was the number 1, but
Oh shit! World Tour.
Yeah.
Nah, that shit.
Gotcha.
Damn.
Yeah.
I kind of was a stab in the dark. When I went to the top of my head.
But he had Apple Bomb.
Yeah, I got it, but
That's
was
great though.
World Tour.
It's a really laid back record, right? But I mean, Shake the Bomb though, it's a really bon up tempo.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, that's why I said it. I mean, like,
that might be your number 1, but it's not their number 1.
Right.
So, and you know, when we say arriba, arriba, that means that JT is super lit.
Oh shit!
I'm lit.
I can tell the eyes is a little bit low.
I know. 2-100.
Hell yeah.
Premier produced 3 tracks off of Illmatic.
Yeah.
Large Professor had
Oh
the
yeah.
most. He had 1, 2.
And Pete Rock though.
He had 3.
yeah.
And Pete Rock had 1. Q-Tip had another.
Yes.
And LES had the last one.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
But listen, 200, man, like, you really represented your hood. You definitely represented the state of hip hop. You knew exactly what was going on, even though my co-host threw you a trick question and he was wrong. You still
Shots fired.
No, it wasn't shots fired.
Indirectly,
It wasn't shots fired because even I asked a question and I didn't know the answer, so I had to Google it real quick. But I kind of had like an idea, right? Whatever. But what I'm saying is, you definitely represent your hood. You definitely represent hip hop. You're definitely knowledgeable, and you definitely
Queensbridge,
master your
though.
craft.
My dog.
No.
Appreciate you guys.
Behind that in the building, baby.
Yo, quick clap. But I mean,
But I say this, Chris Ryder had the hardest question, though.
I can't front. You made me want to be a student again, man. I fucked up on that DJ Premier and when Il came out, man.
You got that wrong.
Yeah,
You got that one wrong. 96 of a damn, nigga.
Oh, really?
I was only on. I was on.
I ain't gonna tell Nas.
I
ain't gonna tell Nas.
I fucked up.
Yo,
I tell Nas, you gotta I can't go back home after that.
Yo, go back to real though.
He was 18 when he first got shot.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Columbia. Was it Columbia? Columbia Records. Yeah.
So what? Premier, where he's from though? Born.
Premier.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's not the Ferris Bueller challenge, by the way.
Oh no, where's Premier from?
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess Brooklyn.
Nah. He's not from New York.
He's not from New York?
From Texas.
Get the fuck out of
here.
here.
Houston.
Not from Houston, but I rap a lot.
Premier Beats is just hip hop, period. Like,
Yeah, because I can't
Premier
even
Beats
feel
is-
like the South.
like,
I
I want to give you guys a fun fact. You know, like Nas. Nas was one of the youngest rappers.
Yes, sir.
Who became a legend to the point that the legends nowadays actually used to speak about him before they became legends, right? So if you think about it, Biggie Smalls' first album with the kid in the front, it was inspired by Nas, right? Jay-Z, who's the best MCs, Biggie, Jay-Z, and Nas, right? So Biggie, I would say Biggie, to me personally, the best like pound for pound like word player, like lyricist ever, right? But Nas is respected so much to the point that, you know what I'm saying, like niggas came for him. When Jay-Z came for him, and we were talking about that earlier. We spoke about this, you remember?
Yeah.
You thought it was like some hood shit, right? Like I was like, nah. It was Jay-Z trying to wake up a brother who should have had the financial opportunities that Jay-Z had because he was so nice, but he didn't know the business end of the music tip. And this day and age, Nas has money the way that he has because Jay-Z pulled him. Was like, yo, nigga, I want you to get money, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You one of the pioneers of the shit, like.
We should be getting this bread.
Get money. Get money, my nigga. Get money. Nas owns, he sold Pluto TV.
He got
Man,
the
shit.
ring shit,
he got
the
bread.
in the door shit.
You think if Nas would have continued down the road that he was, he would have been like another broke legend. Another broke legend.
Hip hop creates money, but honestly, that's not the
that's
not the biggest bag you can get out there.
Yeah.
Do you know that Jay-Z was one of the first investors in Uber?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
His biggest bags is not over, like you said, it's not over music.
And he sent mad bread to them.
Yeah.
And they only wanted to take $10 million out of his money. Imagine they would have took the 60 that he sent.
Wow.
Come on, bro. You know what I'm saying?
It's like with Nas with fucking Lyft and Bevel.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
What I'm saying is that, think about it, like, Jay-Z started that whole beef for Nas with the whole beef shit. It probably was like a rude awakening. Like, yo, Linga, come over here. I need you. You want to talk about all that Negro shit, that we need to be together? Let's be together. I'm going to put you on, dogs. Because you started this before me, and I idolized you. You should be making more money than I'm making. You're not making it. So let me put you on to the business tip. And I started making money after that. You can't make money off of like
just the music,
Yeah, you can.
Wow.
And if you one of the forefathers of hip hop, you cannot be broke. You can't.
Well, yeah. You can't. You don't
cannot.
want to be asked out. You definitely don't want to be. But I'm also gonna say my point in this shit. I also think Jay-Z did that shit on a flexing move.
Yeah, we spoke about that. Okay, what was
I feel like you gotta like.
What was your flexing mode?
To be the best, you gotta challenge them.
Exactly. If you beefing with somebody and then you employ them,
Yeah,
wait.
yeah.
It's a move.
Nigga,
It's a move. Yeah,
And don't get me
right.
wrong, I don't want anybody from Queensbridge to be like, nigga, how you say that?
We spoke about
That's not
this,
the
man.
case. I just feel
We
like if
spoke
I was
about
in the
this
position
video.
of Jay shit, I would do the same thing. You feel me?
So what do you think?
I know
Like
how
Jay-Z
good
was trying to
Nas
say,
is.
yo, nigga, you beat me at the battle tip, but I still own you because I got more bread.
Yeah,
than you.
not even on some not even on some full, like you said. I believe a lot of what you were saying was important too, because obviously you don't sign an artist hoping that they fail. You don't do that, and obviously Nas is Nas. And with at the time Jay was at Def Jam, so obviously if you got the money of Def Jam backing you, you could make anybody whoever you want to make.
Who's the president at the
But
time?
I also feel like, hey, yo, like.
All right.
Nigga, I signed you, bud.
Wait. This is
I'm
where
your boss.
This is where
I won. Like you
Yeah.
feel me? I just feel like that was kind of the move. Like I won. Like, it's not put it past Jay because look what he does.